Welcome back, one. Welcome back, all, to the RageSelect podcast right here. RageSelect, I'm Jeff.
And I'm Mike.
We missed a podcast last week, but
we did.
That's so that only means that we've got double the podcast.
That was our April Fool's joke.
That
actually.
was the April Fool's joke that happened on like April 3rd or whatever.
There's no podcast. April Fool's, bitches.
Yep.
We got you.
Yep. I thought about actually putting out the announcement that it wasn't going to happen on April 1st, but then I thought, well, no one's gonna believe that.
Yeah.
Like, I feel bad for anybody that actually schedules April 1st as their announcement day. There was something.
Do you remember when Japan did that for a long time?
Yeah.
Japan just
didn't know.
No.
Didn't know.
So for years, Japan was like, legitimately, we're making another Resident Evil or something.
Right.
And they were like,
we're making a turn-based Yakuza game.
Yeah.
Come on.
And they were like, why? I don't understand what's going on. Like, they didn't understand that we were like, oh, I don't believe you. None of us did.
Yep.
And then finally they figured it out and started making their own jokes. But it took a very long time.
It really did. But then it's good. It's good, actually, that we skipped a week because very little happened this week outside of one big show that had a bunch of new trailers for new games and stuff. So we're going to be kind of doing a mix of last week's news and this week's news and all kinds of other stuff. But before we get to that, I've been waiting a whole week to talk about this. I watched something crazy.
What'd you watch?
So I was looking at the anime that's coming out this season, and I was like, I don't think I have enough shows to watch. I think I only got like 11 shows, and I want 14 shows because that's 7 shows on Friday and 7 shows on Saturday, and I drink 7 beers. That gets me wasted. So it's a math problem. It's collegiate math. I don't expect anybody to know the pluses and minuses.
No.
I kept hearing good stuff about Dorohedoro.
Yes, I heard that too.
I kept hearing good stuff about Dorohedoro, and I never watched it, and so I decided it's only 12 episodes. This first season is out. The second series is coming out, is going to be airing soon. I'll watch it. And it was fucking bananas. It was so fucking weird. Like it was grotesque and grungy, and it's about for anybody who doesn't know, it takes place in a thing called the Hole. The Hole is like a weird town where non-wizards live, and then there's like a place where the wizards live that's way nicer, and like the wizards, they come down to the Hole to practice doing shitty magic on people because they think the non-wizards are like subhuman. And the way that magic works in the world is like everybody has smoke, and some of the times the smoke comes out of your finger, and sometimes the smoke comes out of your mouth, and then every one of the wizards does a different thing, so the smoke just does a different thing. And so the main character is this guy named Kaiman, who everybody's probably seen as the lizard head guy.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how he got a lizard head, so he's hunting for wizards, and when he finds them, he puts their head in his mouth, and then they go inside of his mouth, but it's not just their head, it's like their whole body is inside of his mouth. And then a guy comes out of the darkness of his throat, and he looks at the person in the mouth and says, "You're not the guy." And then the lizard man spits him out, and he said, "What did the guy in my mouth say?" He said, "I'm not the guy." And then he kills them, and he moves on to the next guy. And that's only like episode 1 weirdness.
The fuck?
Like it just gets weirder and weirder and weirder from there. It's one of those just like completely off the wall. It's such a specifically strange. It's obviously the brainchild of this Q Hayashida character who is like. It's so fucking bizarre. Also, though, I found out that there's the same mangaka made a thing called Huva, and this is where all of the character designs for Shadows of the Damned came from.
Oh, yeah, no, you told me about this.
Like they literally,
there's literally just all the designs are from this,
and like I think it makes a lot of sense why that game is like grungier. I think than some of the Suda 51 stuff. Like a lot of Suda 51 stuff is like gross, but like this has a specific disgusting like vibe all on its own. So
it's always been very fucking weird.
Yeah. So it was definitely good. It helped that it was only 12 episodes. Like I don't know if I would have been down for like 2 seasons in a movie. But
that's wild.
Every other episode they kept veering in a different direction. I couldn't put my hand on where the fucking show was going to go. It was definitely not shonen. It was definitely seinen. It was definitely like blood and guts and fucking gore and violence and weirdness.
Yeah.
And sometimes it was incredibly funny, and sometimes it was violent, and sometimes it was like kind of sad, and like it was just all over the place.
Yeah, that's a lot of the random things going on at once.
Yeah. It's also done in this kind of like 2D plus 3D style.
Okay.
So I don't know if you the thing that I saw online, and I don't know if it's real or if it was just somebody making stuff up. Is
people making up stuff on the internet, Jeff?
I know.
You psychopath.
I know. Is that that Studio Mappa did this, but that like there's a lot of it that is a lot of the characters that are 3D, but then they all have like hand-drawn faces, but then some of them are 3D models, and that they did this in order to save on the budget.
Oh, okay.
Like because but it works because the art style is so different, that it plays into that. You kind of just forget, like every so often somebody will do a turn that obviously couldn't happen in 2D animation.
Like it just translates well into 3D compared to some others.
The whole thing is disconcerting anyway, but it's so incredibly unique. I watch a lot of anime. I ain't seen nothing like this. Gachi Katuka last season was a little bit like this, and the fact that it was kind of gross, like because they were in Trash World, but it was still a fucking shonen anime. Oh, everybody's got powers, and you've got the best one guy. Whereas this one's like, I don't know, a lizard is trying to figure out what happened to him. Like at one point in the show, the people in the wizard part find the guy's head and put it on a robot body. And I'm like, and then that storyline doesn't even resolve very well, and I was
okay.
What?
That's so fucking crazy.
Yeah, I'm showing you the season 2. You can see that it's just fucking nuts.
It's just pure insanity. But I recognize some of the characters now, so now I think I know what's going on.
Yeah. And you know what? The other thing is that it used to be that it was a Netflix specific thing, but season 1 is now on Crunchyroll, and season 2 is on Crunchyroll as well. I haven't started watching season 2 yet. There's 13 episodes. It's 12 episodes, and then kind of like a little stories from the world of, which is a weird one.
It's fucking wild.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. If you're in the mood for something that ain't like nothing you never seen before, fucking go watch Dorohedoro. It's nuts. It's absolutely bananas. How about you, Michael? What do you got for me?
Well, I wanted to mention the thing that I didn't get the chance to mention last time, but I only mentioned it in passing and other stuff.
Yeah.
Is the Superman Spider-Man crossover from the DC side came out since the last time we did the podcast proper.
Okay.
And I'm very happy with it for the most part. At least the main story. The backup stories for it were I'm about 50-50 on. One, because some of them were like just okay. The other is because some of them felt like beginnings of stories that just don't resolve. And I was like, guys, you blue-balled me twice. And I'm a little frustrated by this because the first story is like a normal story. It's Superman and Spider-Man have to stop Brainiac and Doc Ock from doing some evil shenanigans. And then after that, there's the storyline where Superboy Prime breaks into Spider-Man's apartment and like tries to steal the black suit, but it turns out it's not the symbiote. And he's like, "Oh fuck!" And then it turns out the reason is that he was captured by one of the versions of the High Evolutionary, and he's like, "Yeah, I need somebody to replace me in this like weird zoo." But it ends with like them being like, "So we're gonna go back and stop him." Like, great, cool. And then it just doesn't. It just ends. It's like, where's the rest of the story? And I was very frustrated. And then the next one was like every story has something different, but two of them were really cool ideas that just don't go anywhere.
So are they all the same writer?
No, they're all different writers for like the first chunk was done by Mark Waid, and that's the longest part because it's like the actual long story. And then everything after that's Tom King does one between Lois Lane and Mary Jane. Gail Simone did my favorite one, which is a Power Girl Punisher story.
Wait, so it's not just Superman, Spider-Man?
No, because it's kind of like the
big crossover.
It's kind of the thing that Batman Deadpool did, where there's like some backstories that have different like characters that they're allowed to use. Like in one of the Batman Deadpools, there's a Green Arrow Daredevil one.
Okay.
But in Superman Spider-Man, everyone was like, I kind of want to do Superman Spider-Man still.
So wait, are they just, is this like the like an event thing where it's just like the two universes are hanging out, and so we're
There's
doing
There's no real explanation.
Okay.
That's the thing.
All right.
It's like the original crossover where they're just like Spider-Man, Superman live in the same world. Fucking deal with it.
Don't worry about it. Fucking shut up, nerd.
They're friends. Fuck you.
Okay, fine.
And that's kind of what they were. And there's just like, because the beginning one, it doesn't give a fuck. Like there's only one or two of them decides to play with the fact that it's a different universe.
Okay.
The one that does right away is that one that I mentioned with the Superboy Prime and the Spider-Man one, because he's like, you're a comic book character, by the way, and he's like, this guy's fucking weird. And then another one that blue-balled me was 2099 meeting Batman Beyond and Superboy during the Legion of Superhero time frame. And they're like, yeah, we're gonna try to change to the past or whatever. And I was like, that sounds awesome. And then it's like, it ends, and I'm like, God damn it, you blue-balled me again, you son of a bitch.
So, okay, let me cut to the chase here. It doesn't sound like this is worth engage. This doesn't sound like a recommendation. It sounds like it's not very good.
Well, no, what it is that like those two stories just frustrated me immensely. The rest of them are fine, but those two I found really cool. And then I just know they're never going to resolve, and that's what frustrates me about.
Is it still ongoing? Is it still?
No, they're just because there's the Superman Spider-Man crossover, and then there's going to be a Spider-Man Superman crossover at the end of this month.
But they
that
resolve
one,
them there?
No, there's just going to be a whole new set of stories by different people.
Okay.
But the other ones resolve fine because they're shorter. Like my favorite was a comedy one, which is that's Jimmy Olsen, for some reason, leaves the Daily Planet and gets hired by the Daily Bugle, and it's a comedy. It's a comedy one.
Okay.
Where Jameson is just like he has a chalkboard that says "Always be taking pictures of Spider-Man" because it's purely like for humor.
Right.
And he ends up getting killed by Carnage.
Okay.
And it's really funny because there's a point where he's like, remember, say Spider-Man with a hyphen, or everyone's going to know you're a tourist. So when he gets attacked by Carnage, he's like, and you said without a hyphen, like a tourist.
Okay.
It was really funny. Overall, I really loved it. And there's like a billion variants is the other thing about it. I recommend it if you just like these two characters in general. And I'm very excited for whenever the next one comes out. I ran into the biggest first world problem of my life for the Spider-Man Superman one.
Okay.
I ordered a special cover for it that I decided to get. It's one of the more expensive covers. And it was one of those weird loot boxy type things.
Okay.
Where it's like if you buy the cheapest one, you have a 75% chance to get it without it being signed. I'm like, great, that's what I want because I want to frame it with the other one. And then it was like, but you have a 3% chance of getting a signature from both the writer and the artist of the main story, which is Jeff Loeb and Ed McGuinness.
Okay.
And I was like, I don't even care about that. I want the non-signed one because it would be weird to have a signed one and a non-signed one.
Right.
And they're like, congratulations, you got the rarest one.
Yeah.
And I was like, so I found the thing, and they're like, hey, do I get like, is this like a situation where you get like two copies of it and unsigned? And I was like, no, congratulations, you only got a signed one. And if you want a non-signed one, and if you're lucky, you got to spend another $40. And I was like, no, I'm not. Fuck.
God damn it. Wow.
So I'm sitting there, first world problem as fuck, being like, I don't want a signature from the artist and writer of two of my favorite things.
Jeez.
This is lame.
Yeah. I don't want your fucking handwriting on the cover. I want to just look at the thing and go,
it was so
cool.
bad. I was just sitting there being like, wow, God damn it, many people.
Go to Randy, man. I bet he'll fucking trade you out and give you $10 on top of it, or store credit.
It's because that specific cover that I want can only be gotten from that specific place, which is why it was this weird loot boxy fucking situation to begin with.
Gross.
And I was like, just give me the cover. I'll give you $20 for this cover. I don't need a chance of getting the thing you gave me.
Michael, you're a winner, goddammit. Accept it with grace and aplomb.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to have to. I guess I'll frame it with the other ones.
Shut the fuck up.
This is fucking lame. It's lame.
Everything's coming up Michael over here, and meanwhile I've got to fight a fucking spider in Resident Evil Requiem.
That was hilarious, by the way. If you guys haven't seen that,
Patreon.com/RageSelect.
So funny.
All right, so I don't know if you remember the Triple I initiative.
No.
So you may, I don't know if you were on, but there's this Triple I initiative, and it's like just a bunch of games, and they do a little thing. It's like 40 minutes worth of No ads, no hosts, no nothing. Just
no, you did tell me about this. Didn't this happen last year?
It did. And there's some pretty good stuff in here. They put out, I just had it up. What was it, like 40 games or something like that?
Something pretty high.
Yeah, 40 games in total.
8 world premieres, though.
I'm not about to talk about 40 games because that would take this entire podcast. We already have 2 weeks worth of news to get
That's true.
to.
It'll take forever.
So we're going to try to get through all this in part 1, and then part 2 is going to be the fucking meat in the middle of the sandwich.
Yeah.
I picked all of the world premiere trailers as well as like 4 or 5 that I thought would be fun to talk about. So we're just going to go through those. If you guys want to get reactions to the rest, I mean, honestly, a lot of them were like, this is just the same as a bunch of other games I've seen. So
that happens.
I picked the ones that were very unique. So the first one was a game called Prove You're Human. And this is being made by the 1000X Resist team, that game about the time traveling lady that was kind of a big, weird underground hit.
Oh, I vaguely remember that.
Slay the Princess is the publisher of Slay the Princess publisher. This trailer has a gigantic robot head that is talking to a person. They're constantly bringing up like the prove you're a person thing.
Yeah, I was like, that was going to be my first thought, but I was like, well, that's probably not what this is about.
But it's like weird. It's like prove you were a baby. Click all the squares from when you were a baby. But then there's also live action.
Yeah.
And then there's also what looks like a TV head robot from Fooly Cooley in the middle of Windows XP background of green lushness. It's all very strange. Like, and I gotta tell you right now that if you were hearing it, it doesn't help because it's this giant. It's like the giant robot head is talking about like, when I finally get my body that I've wanted for all this time, I will never let it go, in a kind of psychological horror style fashion. So the whole thing is incredibly weird and very kind of unsettling, and I don't know, and I want to play it immediately, and it seems cool, and I want to play it. So
I'm very disturbed by it very quickly. Like, there's just so much happening that's already fucking weird as shit.
Like, what if GLaDOS had a giant rubber mask on the front of the GLaDOS robot?
Well, it's like, I don't know if you've ever seen it, where it's that those old robot bodies, like that's just like the top part that has like the human face.
Yeah,
like there's a gif of it that's always like it having like a disgusted face.
Oh, sure.
Like it's that face but gigantic. I'm trying to explain to the audience specifically what it is.
But then there's also a lot of live action in here.
Yeah, these live action sequences, and the way it does some of the
captchas,
is that like he puts his hands kind of like the way, you know, when like somebody's like pretending to frame something with like by doing the L's with their fingers,
right,
and it causes it to appear, and I'm like, what is happening?
Right,
that makes it even less more confusing looking at it.
It's fucking weird.
I definitely want to look at this whenever it comes out.
It's fucking it's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
This was the first trailer they showed, and I was like, well, you guys, you have my attention. Triple I Initiative
have hooked me right away.
Yeah, you guys should all go watch this. It's called Prove You're Human, and it's the thing is 1000X Resist was interesting, but it didn't have a lot of gameplay. It was mostly just kind of trying to tell a story in a very long, drawn out fashion. So I like the weird, also the idea of making that CAPTCHA a game element it's
a great idea.
Very interesting.
It's a fantastic idea.
So yeah, I want to definitely check this one out. If nothing else, then just to see if it's any good.
Absolutely fascinating.
Yep. Next, we got Lost Railway. This is another world premiere. This is a 2D pixel-based side-scrolling friend slop game. So it's friend slop, but it's like you play as these little cartoon little animals. And so you're doing the kind of friend slop. You're like, they're all wearing like prison jumpsuits, and they're going into this place. And they've got like guns, and they're trying to find stuff. And there's monsters, but it's all pixel based. It's all 2D side scroll pixel based. They have kind of a part that was interesting where if you find like one of your pals and they're dead, you can rip their head off and take it back to the spawn and bring them back to life again. It definitely seems like there's a lot of action of There's like a kick button, and there's shotguns and machine guns and stuff.
Okay, so that has like a clone. You put it in a cloning machine.
Yeah, but then when the person comes back, they've got like tentacles for legs. So I think there's some other weird thing going on here.
It did say get stronger or something. So it's probably like something you can get out of it.
So I don't know what the progression looks like, but it's definitely there were a few friend swap things in here. This is a different take, at least on this.
What I think is fun about it is the fact that this isn't something people for some reason think pixel-based games are easy.
Yeah.
They're actually much harder to do than an actual 3D game, especially nowadays.
Sure.
Because of how easy, how many tools there are that make things easier to do 3D ones.
Mm-hmm.
To make these really cool, very expressive sprites, by the way, is really fucking fun.
The other thing is, I was going to ask, like, there wasn't any voice comm chatter in this game. And I associate friend swap with two things. One is real-time voice comms, and the second is quotas, that roguelike quotas.
It did mention there was quotas in it, though.
Yes, the quota part is definitely there, but I think there's kind of like a more ping a thing emote kind of system.
Yeah, there's some there's a few times where they'll say something, but it seems to be like a ping type thing.
Yeah.
But I think what it is part of they probably realize they're like, there's so many of you that just use Discord anyways.
Oh yeah, sure.
It's probably not really that much of a it's probably easier to just not deal with that overall.
Yeah.
And if you end up not doing that, then you're gonna have a fun experiment.
Yep. So yeah, something to put on the list. A lot of friend swap coming up. I just realized the
other reason they probably don't need to is because the one of the main motifs of having it in game is the distance based stuff, but in side scrolling I don't think it works as well.
I just think that the idea of having a weird fun time with your friends where your friend is screaming because there's a giant fucking monster coming towards them is like part of that experience.
Oh no, I always remember when we played when like you heard me in the distance and you just heard me go, oh fuck, and then that's it. Or something like that. I can't remember if that was when we played it or not, but that happens all the times with those games.
Yeah.
And that's like I said, that's half the fun.
So, let's see. Not a world premiere, Michael, but I thought I would keep Castlevania Belmont's Curse in here because we got a little bit more gameplay.
Yeah, boy.
There was some stuff that they talked about. One, they were explicit about this is not a roguelike. It is
thank God.
It is a single layout area. Apparently, it does take place in Paris. They show at a certain point one of the bosses is basically Joan of Arc.
Oh.
And the whole thing here is that Dracula's castle is going to be coming back in the middle of fucking Paris in like the 17th century or something like that.
Oh, and that's why they sent Trevor the message.
Yeah, and I don't know who the main character is. It's some lady.
So they haven't confirmed because all they've said so far is Trevor's successor or something.
Oh, okay.
That's all we've heard so far. So people are thinking it's going to be. I keep forgetting what her name is, but she was a specific Belmont from the Dreamcast game that never came out. She actually has a name and everything.
Yeah,
I think it's Sophia is what I want to say.
Sure.
It's been a while, but she's like one of the few women vampire Belmont hunters. It's not Belmont hunters. Belmonts in the series. There's only two of them.
Yeah,
one of them was a Game Boy game, which I already forgot her name to be honest. But she was the only other one, and they canceled. That was for a game that got canceled, so maybe they'll reuse her name.
I don't know. I do know it looks a little bit more like I think we're getting a little bit of Bloodstained in here, where it's definitely got its own flavor when you do these as a 3D game, as opposed to sprite-based 2D, which is I more associate that with Castlevania.
Yeah, because even Dead Cells was still very sprite-based.
Yeah. I mean, even though I think there were some 3D cheats in there, it still looked like sprites.
Yeah,
but
for overall, it was sprite-based, yeah.
So, but I'm still excited. I mean, this team, I've liked everything they've done so far.
Yeah, and Dead Cells was such a very Castlevania-inspired thing, and the DLC they did for that was a Castlevania-specific was so much fun that the entire time I played it, I was like, I wish this was just a Castlevania game, and I didn't have to worry about the roguelike elements of having to come back here type of thing, and just was one long or a Metroidvania type game entirely.
But
and I'm getting my wish, and it makes me very happy.
I'm seeing I see some grapples, some wall jumps,
some boomerangs.
Yep. All the greatest hits. So
I'm very excited.
And I really like the Joan of Arc design because she's got that yellow circle behind her head, like the kind of halo, the paintings of yore. So it looks very stylish. I'm super duper into it. It's coming out some point this year. I can't wait. Like I'm just all on board.
I'm very excited.
Yep.
I'm all in. I'm hoping that because I remember them saying the first of the Castlevania thing, so I'm curious if we'll ever get any more news on anything else, or if that was a lie. Who knows?
I don't know.
Or maybe they didn't mean games. Maybe it was just random Castlevania shit.
I feel bad for Thick as Thieves. We got a release date for Thick as Thieves. This is that Warren Spector heist game where you play with. It's like a multiplayer.
Oh, that's right.
Thing. This trailer very specifically had a part where it was like play by yourself or with friends. But I wonder if the by yourself is like a Redfall by yourself, where the game isn't any good if you play by yourself.
Yeah, there's a lot of these games where if you do get by yourself, that you find yourself not really having a good time because it's clearly designed for multiple people.
Yep.
And I'm hoping this is one of those things that like it lessens some of it. The difficulty for it to be good by yourself, but I'm not 100% certain that's what's going to happen with it.
I don't know. I feel really bad though for Warren Spector because this is something. Last game that his company put out was Epic Mickey.
That was a long time ago.
And obviously that they've been working on this. It's got a very specific art style, and it's probably online, or it's definitely it's made for multiplayer and stuff like that. But I think that they might have just taken a little bit too long to the point where it's like, whoa, if you're not friend slop, you got an uphill battle these days when it comes to online style games that aren't fun unless you're playing them online with other people.
That is like, honestly, that might actually help him out though. This might, if he's lucky, this will be like a big streaming thing.
Yeah, could be.
But it all depends on how well it feels with a friend.
Yeah.
And that's gonna and also how well it'll be by yourself type of thing. So
absolutely,
he's got an uphill battle either way.
But yeah, May 20th. Like
okay.
right around right around the corner, May 20th. I think that was, is that early access? Enter the Shadows. Just says May 20th. So
yeah.
Let's see. Our next world premiere is a game called Crop, which is another, I think there's one other of these. It's a Stardew Valley horror game.
Interesting.
Where you play as a kind of it's like a guy, he's out in a farm, he's planting crops, and all the while there's a kind of a voiceover talking about how he's betrayed people. There's points in time where you see like monsters and graves and bodies and flashbacks to weird shit. It's interesting that it's kind of got this very simple but effective art style to it.
Yeah.
That's not cutesy at all.
Yeah, because it's not overly detailed, but it's not, like you said, it's not a cutesy one either.
Yeah.
So it's all, but it's just right is the best way I can put it.
It's not sketchy, crappy 30 frames per second Unreal Engine 5.
No, yeah. It's got its own art style. And it's got its own kind of atmosphere that I don't think you could pull off with that, like with an Unreal Engine 5.
Yeah.
Type thing, as well as like the way some people make these Stardew Valleys that are very, a lot of times they try just making Stardew Valley but with like little things to it, so it ends up just looking like Stardew Valley, and it's just like it's not really all that interesting because of it. Like the only one that I could think of was that one game that got announced a while back that was also like you get to plant stuff, but also it turns out as things go on it gets like darker or whatever.
Yeah, that one's not out yet.
I know it's not out, but it's the only other thing I can think of that like it reminds me of right away. And I don't know when that's going to be out. I don't remember when that was going to come out either. But I like the idea of creepy, cozy games.
Yeah.
Creepy cozy games is a fun idea.
Absolutely. This is being published by 11-bit. They've done a lot of good stuff. Alters,
the
Death Hell, Frostpunk, Moonlighter, Indica.
A lot of good stuff.
The Invincible. So if they're putting their mind to it, probably pretty good. Speaking of games with an interesting lineage, we got the world premiere trailer for Machine Party.
What is this?
Which is, I just want to make sure, this is the next game from the guy that made Buckshot Roulette.
Oh, I could tell. I could tell that just by looking at it.
Yep. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now. This appears to be what if Mario Party was made by the guy that came up with Buckshot Roulette?
Oh my god!
Like,
Oh yeah, it is. Oh shit!
It's like there's like 4 players and they're doing the most violent, weird, lo-fi actions imaginable with like a lot of Saw murder traps around.
It just straight up kills them every time.
And at first I was like, oh, is this like a friend slop game? And then as I watched, I was like, no, this is Mario Party, motherfuckers. Like,
yeah,
it's just horrible, horrible Mario Party.
Like some of them straight up have Mario Party like movements and stuff.
Yep.
And I love that it just shoots whoever loses.
Yep. There's just a bunch of stuff. The fucking, I don't know. There's like one mini game where it's like they're all just jamming peas onto a fork. And while a guy with a gun is just sitting there looking at them,
just shooting them.
There's one where they're trying to run up escalators, and then there's like a big fucking grinder at the bottom that they can fall into if they can't run long enough. And
there's someone here that I'm like, I don't know what the point of this is.
Yeah.
One of them was them smoking, and I guess they have to smoke long enough without coughing. Because one guy starts coughing, and then a gun shows up and shoots him.
Yeah.
And then my favorite thing is it's not a guy with a gun. It's a robotic, like, cart that appears, and a gun pops out from above it and shoots them.
Yep.
This shit is fucking fascinating, and I'm amazed this is the first time somebody was like, what if it was Mario Kart, but actually fucked up?
Party.
Mario Party.
Yeah.
Actually, somebody should do that with Mario Kart too. Actually, you know what? I feel like that's technically just Twisted Metal. But Mario Party, Mario Party, but actually fucked up. Because people used to joke about that sort of thing, that Mario Party is actually just secretly Mario just fucking with his friends.
Yep.
Type of thing. It's like, what if that just was the game?
What if it was a Squid Game? What if Mario Party was a terrible, filthy fucking Squid Game?
And I love the idea of that immensely.
Yep. Yeah, it's really interesting. It doesn't have any kind of like release date or anything, but
this is going to be
Party.
Great. People are going to love this.
Coming out sometime this year. I'm sure it's going to be huge on Twitch.
I hope so. I want to watch everyone play this fucking thing.
Yep, it's pretty good. Pretty good. Let's see. Next, we have another horror style game. This one's called Shift at Midnight. This one is weird because this one is a friend slop game where you're running a convenience store, but it's also Papers, Please / they look like people, where you check an ID. Like they literally are in this trailer. Like they're checking somebody's ID and it says that they're a plumber, but the person says they're an airline stewardess. It says this lady, and so they're like, shoot her. And so they just goes under the counter and pulls a gun out and fucking blasts this person, and then they have to like pick up the meat and mop up the floor. And then it appears that if you miss a certain amount of people during the day, that then like there's like a survival at night point where entities come in and you have to shoot at them and try to survive. So
I think we saw the original trailer for this a while back, I feel. Or is there 2 of these types of games?
I don't know if we've ever watched a trailer for this specifically. I
remember one that was like, you run a convenience or you run a store like this, and you had to put up traps and stuff at night.
That is a different game.
So that's actually a different game?
That's a different game.
That's amazing.
That one came out, and Tess and I tried to play it, and it ran so badly that I was like, I can't do this.
So that's amazing. Because 2 people had the same idea, but somebody decided to friend slop it instead.
Yeah, but this one is really focused on multiplayer, which like it's kind of like, okay, well, what if Roadside Research met that game that you were just talking about?
Yeah.
And it seems like there's a lot of different things that the weird customers can end up doing, and it's got a kind of a lo-fi aesthetic to it. And yeah, I like the scary friend slops because that makes for a lot of reactions, right? Extreme reactions to when stuff is happening. Also, the entity, one of the entities that shows up is again a giant fucking spider thing.
Yeah, it's your favorite thing, Jeff.
My favorite fucking thing.
If we were playing this, I'd be like, Jeff, there's somebody at the door for you.
Yes. May 28th is when that's coming out.
No, that's very fucking fun.
We also got, I don't know how many people are aware of Dead as Disco. Dead as Disco is what if the Batman Arkham Asylum combat was set to the beat of fucking pop songs?
Yeah, I remember you telling me about this, and I was like, that sounds awesome, but I would be terrible at this.
I think it's one of those things where you literally can't, you don't have to time it. Like,
you can just keep going, and then the thing
you will
goes.
never not be attacking on a specific beat. It's just that if you time it perfectly, I think you get bonuses. So yeah, this was a release date trailer.
Oh, okay.
Because they had a demo last year that was very popular. I played it. I think they even have an option where you get to upload your own songs. So it's one of those things where they do have some licensed music. That they have some licensed music in this trailer. They also have some streamer safe generic tracks for you. But it was really fun. Like adding the music to basically Arkham Combat made it that much more like pressing, like just going along with the song, and you've got to kind of go through the entire song. So
yeah, I remember you showing me the first of this trailer, and I was like, that sounds like a fun idea depending on how it goes.
Yeah.
And seeing more of it, this looks like it's going to be right up my alley type of thing.
Also, the main character looks like he's from a Studio 51 game.
I was about to say he looks like he would be related to the guy from No More Heroes.
To Travis Touchdown.
Yeah.
So May 5th is when that's coming out.
Like he even has the same types of glasses.
Yeah. We got a release window for Valor Mortis. I don't know if you remember Valor Mortis. It was that French Revolution Souls game that we saw announced last year.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
you're on the battlefield with all the Napoleonic Frenchy dudes.
I remember when they showed this, we were like, "This is fucking wild."
Yeah, but it's also like a first-person a game. But adding the weird Napoleonic French thing to it just makes it that much more interesting.
That's the thing. It's like people are so obsessed with doing very specific time frames that no one does the weird time frames.
Yep.
And I think that's what really makes this different than anything else we've ever seen.
Yep.
And it's not like he can like reload his gun super fast either.
Right.
So it makes for some really cool visuals.
Yep.
I'm very excited about this, to be honest.
So this one is fall of this year. No specific date, but fall of this year.
That looks really cool.
We also got the world premiere for Temtem Pioneers.
What the fuck?
So, Michael, you know what Temtem is?
No.
Temtem is Pokemon on the PC. They decided to make their own Pokemon franchise on the PC, and it's called Temtem. It was way before Pal World. They just made their own 3D Pokemon game.
Interesting.
Way before. Completely distinct, bunch of different monsters and stuff. They also made a game called Temtem Swarm that was basically a vampire survivors with the Pokemon from Temtem.
Oh, they're card-based capturing.
Yes. You capture them with cards. That's why they haven't gotten in trouble.
That's actually kind of a fun way of doing that.
Yep. This is Temtem Pow World. So it's Pow World, but in the Temtem universe with multiplayer. Well, I guess Pow World has multiplayer as well.
But you know what I mean, yeah.
But yes.
It's a Temtem with all that stuff.
It's a little different, but that's basically what it is if you wanted to play Pow World, but I guess without the horny Pokemon, I guess you could play Temtem.
I don't know if they don't have them. That's the thing. I don't know enough about Temtem about that.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of interesting things with it. So I like the designs because they are distinct enough, and they got like a platypus. Is their platypus their Pikachu? Is that what the idea is?
I don't know. I don't play Pokemon, and I don't play Temtem. So
I've never heard of Temtem until today. But the first thing it showed was a blue platypus. So I'm just gonna guess that's what it was.
Yep. Let's see. We got the world premiere for Graveyard Keeper 2. I don't know if you guys remember Graveyard Keeper, little top-down pixel game.
I think we played it on the channel. I think
it's very possible.
I thought it was a Patreon video.
I think it got a lot of buzz. Never really went back to it. I will say that this second one is very nice, sharp pixel art.
Yeah,
it's just very crisp. So you're like, obviously managing a graveyard, but then there's also like a tower defense portion where the zombies start coming back and you're helping to destroy them because you're a gravekeeper and you guess you know how to deal with dead bodies. The first one was very well beloved, so I can't wait to see what happens here.
Yeah. I'm very excited.
Yep.
And the guy looks more like a normal person than I remember Gravekeeper 1 looking.
Yes. Yep. Coming out sometime this year. We got a shadow drop for a demo of We Were Here Tomorrow.
Oh, that's right. I remember you telling me that this was happening.
Yep. So We Were Here is a long-running franchise. I think there's 5 of them at this point.
He's done quite a few of them on the channel, by the way.
I think I might have done all of them, but
as far as I know.
But yeah, this was the original like kind of 2-player online co-op puzzle game where each person has a thing and then you got to work together to solve puzzles. This one takes place in the future. They go to the future, and then as the narration in here talks about, you're trying to basically repair all of the mechanisms in order to be able to go back to your own time. And there's kind of a voice on the other side of the radio. But it looks fantastic. I love the We Were Here series. I'm glad that they continue to be made because they're all legitimately fun if you want something to play with a friend.
Yeah, they were one of the few at the time like really intricate multiplayer games that weren't just the shooter.
Yep.
And I'm happy that they're still able to be popular.
Yep.
So I'm happy for them.
We also got so this is listed as a console announcement, but this is actual gameplay for The Lift. I don't know if you remember The Lift. It was announced as you're repairing stuff inside of a giant warehouse.
No, I do remember
and
that.
the trailer for it looked like it was stop animated.
Yeah.
This is not, but this is the game.
This is the game, okay.
You're basically repairing things and building things and putting things back together, but it looks like it is an actual ass video game. It's one of those games I really like, which is do your job game.
No, do your job, but it's not a normal job.
Right,
is the thing that makes it interesting.
Right. It's not be a YouTuber the game because those all suck.
Exactly. This isn't fucking. This isn't even like the house flipper type thing either.
Yep.
Like this is weird shit.
Because it's all got this kind of like Eastern European retro kind of vibes to it. It's kind of brutalist stuff. So I was happy because we had not yet seen like evidence of the actual game itself.
No, I had forgot about it until you mentioned that it was a stop motion trailer at the time. Because I remember thinking, oh, that's cool, another stop motion game. And now it's not. Knowing it's not is only slightly disappointing. But the game still looks fantastic, though.
When we saw that trailer initially, I think that we talked a lot about like whether this was going to actually look like that or not.
We did, yeah.
So
because there are actual stop motion looking games. So, but this turned out to not be one of them.
But it still looks good.
It still looks fantastic, though.
Still looks good. Coming out next year. Too Deep to Quit is another friend slot game. This one you are doing kind of a Lara Croft Indiana Jones tomb raiding, and the guys look exactly like Muppets.
I was about to say that guy looks like a guy off of Sesame Street.
Yep, like old, like up and down.
One of them like has a Cookie Monster set of eyes.
Yep. They got googly eyes. They got little like jangly arms. You're kind of going through and avoiding like traps, but it also looks like it's got like right at a peak. It's just got the peak like health bar where you take damage.
Yeah. But I love the way everybody looks and the fact that their mouths move when you
when you scream, the mouth opens all the way up to the ceiling. Yes.
What a wonderful use of the way the voice comms work.
Yep.
To make them Muppety.
It's amazing. I love the friend slot stuff. I love it so much. And this looks like a great way to do that because it's like, I don't know, it's like a tomb raiding game, but it's all cutesy and shit.
Yeah.
So
I actually can't wait to watch people play this.
And I haven't seen anything since Bug Snacks of doing the kind of Muppet
aesthetic. Yeah.
There was that Punch Out one.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that definitely was pretty cool looking. But I haven't seen anything on it in a while.
Yeah,
and then there was that one shooter one that you and
there's a the children's show one.
Yeah, the one where the shooter
friendly neighborhood
something
or whatever.
Like that, yeah, I remember that one was pretty cool too.
All right. Ooh, we're almost out of time here, but I should make a pretty good time. Neverway got a release window as well as a prologue shadow drop. For anybody who forgot, Neverway is the game where it's like a life sim, but then your dreams are real fucked up. All the art is done by the artist that did the art for Celeste. It all looks really great. It's all fantastic looking. It's got this very kind of purple aesthetic, like a color scheme to it, and again it looks like what if Stardew Valley was also kind of fucked up and shit, and I am a big fan of that in particular. particular. So
And the animations for the they're doing with the sprites are just fucking phenomenal.
they're so good. It's coming out in October, but they've got basically a demo / the prologue on Steam, and that was out today.
Like I
So-
said, fucked up cozy games is a fun genre.
I like it because I don't want all my pixel games. I like it when pixel games do horror. I like it when genres that I'm not interested in do horror. You know what somebody should make? Somebody should make The Sims, but a horror game.
Well, that's just when you play The Sims and you start murdering everybody.
Yeah,
Because then
yeah.
you're the villain.
They don't allow murder. You can take out all the doors and make them cry and pee themselves, but you can't really you can't choose axe murderer as a job for your sim.
Well,
What if you had to have The
yeah.
Sims, but you had to
Well, you want the sim themselves to be the murderer,
To create-
not you yourself.
No,
okay.
it's too easy to murder the
That's fair,
Sims. Then
yeah.
you just pick them up and I can just delete them. Anyway, I'm gonna work on that. Okay, we
No,
have
it's a
two
good
more.
idea if that's the idea. Yeah.
One is Final Sentence. You know that battle royale game with the typing?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's out.
Oh, they came out.
They put it out today as of the trailer coming out.
That's
So,
fucking rad.
Yeah, I gotta. It's weird because it's very lo-fi. Like it's low resolution, but it's not like PS1. It's just like low resolution in a weird way. I don't know. I didn't play the demo when it came out, but yeah, this is one where you're in a room with a whole bunch of people and you're all basically taking a typing test. And if you fuck up too many times, a guy with a gun is standing next to your desk and will shoot you in the face.
Yeah,
and
you have
you're
to
eliminated.
make the least amount of mistake. It probably has like one of those things where it has like less mistake limit.
Yeah.
And then once you get past a certain point, you're fucked.
Yep. And you can also do a whole bunch of different modifiers, which is nice.
Yeah,
But-
one of them looked like a Russian roulette type idea because you can set the amount of bullets
Yep.
type of thing.
So yeah, they put that out, which is like
That's fun.
that's great. I love it when we got it and it's out today. And then last but not least, I got to be honest. This wasn't my favorite thing. It kind of ended on a Don't Starve Elsewhere.
Oh.
So Don't Starve Elsewhere is a new Don't Starve. Yeah, it's a new Don't Starve, and it appears to be in kind of like a horrifying, like a horror world of
His
some
head's
sort.
even bigger than before.
Wait, what's that?
I said his head on his sprite's even bigger than before.
Oh yeah,
It's probably because they actually like animate his face this time more.
yeah.
This is a series that I'm like, I get it, but it's just never been for me.
I agree. It's just not my thing. It's just not my deal.
I always liked its art design though. It was very Tim Burton-y.
Actually, you know what? I forgot something here. Yeah. So I don't know. This is fine. It's another Don't Starve. I've never vibed with Don't Starve.
Does it say when it's supposed to? What the time frame for it? is?
Yeah. Or no. It was just a wish list
Just
on
a wish
Steam.
list. Okay.
But I don't know. I mean, if you're into like Don't Starve, but with like more monsters, I guess that's fine.
No,
I don't
I
like
guess.
this camera angle. I've never liked the isometric camera angle. Like
I'm fine with it depending on what the game is.
Yeah.
But this specific game, what you have to do is not my favorite thing.
Clay, though, also announced another game, which I thought was called Away Team. And this is like, I don't know. This seems exactly like Oxygen Not Included, but a little bit more survivally.
Okay.
And I don't know what the difference is because I don't know enough about Oxygen Not Included. I've never actually played it.
I don't either,
So it seems like that, but
I think
where
its
you're
designs is partly part of it because it's got more of almost an Astro Boy type.
yeah,
look.
the characters are like a robot, I think,
Yeah.
and you're trying to kind of stay alive by, just get water and resources and growing food and stuff like that. It does seem like there might be some kind of fluid mechanic to create more chaos, but that was also announced, and I thought that was much more interesting than the Don't Starve because
yeah, no,
that's
it looks a little more
one of my
interesting. Yeah.
things. So, yeah, and that was it. There was more, but that was pretty much all that I cared about. I think that was good highlights. So,
But it just says Away Team Oxygen Not Included. Maybe it's a co-op version.
maybe that's like DLC for Oxygen
Yeah.
Not Included. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, with that, we're gonna go ahead and take a break, and when we come back, we're gonna get into the rest of the news because there's a whole bunch of rest of the news going.
There's so much more news.
woo, stick around, y'all. We'll be right back. And we're back. And it's time for actual news, Michael.
Oh, my goodness.
We got stories. We got stories to do, starting with the fact, I don't know, this is kind of a story. Like, I was really squeezing this week for stories. The new Pokemon Champions game came out, and it sucks.
That's a shame.
It sucks real fucking bad. Like,
so what's going on with it?
There's just a lot that's missing about it. Like, they had a Raichu Mega Evolution in the trailer. That doesn't exist in the actual game.
It's not even in the game.
Like, some of the skills in the game are you can only use them once a battle. Everything is kind of expensive. Like, there's been a problem where if you're trying to move your Pokemon from Pokemon Home to the thing, it like gets stuck between the two.
Oh no!
And like, so they're inaccessible in Pokemon Home, but also not accessible in Champions.
Oh, that's fucked.
So
those poor bastards.
And because I think that they had this whole thing where you could buy, like, there's the victory points is what you use to buy a bunch of stuff. You get those for any battle that you do victory points. But I think that the idea was that then they were going to give you the ability to buy them for real money if you wanted to, because there's a bunch of different stuff that you can only do with victory points. But I don't think that store is up. So it's like,
oh my God, really?
So you can't? So go fuck yourself.
So if you get attached to something, you can't even fucking buy it.
Yep.
And I'm seeing these things where people keep mentioning things that were in the trailer that are just not in there.
Yep. Apparently Nintendo Switch 2 version is running at like 30 frames per second. I'm like,
oh God.
For a fucking Pokemon
And they're
game?
saying it's low res too, which makes it even worse.
So yeah, in fact, Michael, I don't think I've ever seen this before. It's so bad that the Pokemon Company apologized publicly.
They actually apologized?
And said that they were going to make changes. They're going to work on it.
I'd hope so. That's fucking ridiculous.
Yep. They said we apologize. It's got a bunch of bugs. They're going to work on doing some. I mean, just the normal song and dance that we see from the game industry when they launch a substandard bullshit product. So,
oh my goodness.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe if you're a big fan of Pokemon, maybe keep playing Pokopia and give it a couple of weeks before you go and check out the Pokemon Champions.
This is my favorite of the list of bugs.
Yeah.
The gender of Pokemon of the tutorial and an recruitable team is just wrong.
Yep. Yep.
Oh my goodness.
There's like some kind of whole sub controversy about that I didn't even get into, but it's a whole thing.
What a fucking clusterfuck.
Yep.
You guys, man, Pokemon, you guys have been just coasting on your popularity for so long.
Yep.
That you think anything you come out with no one will say anything.
Yep.
The problem is that worked when your player base were all 12-year-olds, but all those 12-year-olds are now in their 40s.
Here's the thing. Pokopia is one of the best things they put out in years. Not made by that company. Like, made by Bandai Namco. So
that says everything you need to know right now.
Yep. Let's see. There was a bunch of Nintendo stuff. Did you see this last week that Nate the Hate guy basically like leaked the entire next 12 months of Nintendo's releases to the public?
Nate,
and Nintendo
really?
is like really fucking mad about it because
that's awful.
You can't take him to court and the news is already out there. So I would like to say, everybody, here's a spoiler alert for the next 12 months of Nintendo if you want to be like surprised.
That's fucking wild.
Here's the thing. So you want to know what it is? You want to know what's happening?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Christmas, Ocarina of Time remake. Summer, a new Star Fox game.
Okay, I'm down with that.
And new Switch sports titles for the Nintendo Switch 2. And then apparently for the rest of the year, the Splatoon Raiders, Rhythm Heaven Groove, Fire Emblem Fortune Weave, as well as Switch 2 editions of Pikmin 4 and Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
I'm a little sad because I was hoping for more.
Yeah,
but for some Luigi's Mansion in there somewhere.
They'd have to make a whole new one.
That's what I want, Jeff.
They made a whole new one like 2 years ago.
I demand more Luigi's Mansions.
You Luigi fans are never satisfied.
No, we'll never be satisfied.
You and Amanda both. There's dozens of
yes.
you.
There's so many of us that the year Luigi was not successful, unfortunately.
There is also a new 3D Mario game that's being developed that will come out in 2027.
Okay. Well, this is a shame that we all know this, because this is a thing that devs really do. This is one of the reasons Kotaku is still banned from getting review copies of, I think, Ubisoft games.
Oh, yeah.
Because they were just like, no, I'm just going to do it anyways.
Yep.
And they're like, how come you're not giving us games to review? They're like, are you serious right now?
Yep.
And this guy, that's fucking wild that he did that.
And
how did he know all that, though?
He was the one that leaked the Switch 2 announcement.
Is he? Oh, that's right. He was. Yeah.
He's been a prolific leaker. He's got fucking inside tracks, man. Like,
man,
so.
that dude, that man needs to be stopped, according to Nintendo. I, for one, think he's great. But
you know what? If the Switch 2 had launched with the Ocarina of Time remake, I mean,
it would have been game over.
Like, and so here's the thing. I would actually like to play an Ocarina of Time remake because I've tried to play Ocarina of Time and it's too fucking old and I don't want to play it. It sucks. I know. It's revolutionary.
Don't look at me.
At the time, all that shit. I know. I
didn't own a 64 growing up. I didn't play it until the 3DS version.
Yep.
And I had to look up a guide to figure out what the fuck I was doing.
So I'm actually looking forward to playing a version that's like modern.
A modern one.
And more than that, the existence of an Ocarina of Time remake means there could be a Majora's Mask remake.
That's
and
true.
I would love to play a Majora's Mask remake.
A lot of the assets could be used for a Majora's Mask
because
remake.
I played Majora's Mask on the 3DS and I got hooked on it in spite of it being old and janky. Yeah. So
I am excited, though, for a new Star Fox because I've been waiting for them to do something with Star Fox for ages.
It's also, as near as I can tell, it's supposed to be a pretty traditional Star Fox. So I think
that last one was not it.
That whole thing, and I think what they're trying to signal here is that it's not going to be like Star Fox Adventures. It's not going to be Star Fox Wii U. It's just going to be fucking Star Fox.
Yeah,
so
that Wii U game, what a clusterfuck that was.
Last week, we also got the news that the United States Patent Office is basically taking a second look at the big patent that Nintendo filed. That's the whole, like, throw a ball, get a Pokemon.
Probably because everybody said this is bullshit.
Yep. The U.S. Patent Office apparently took a second look at it, and, like, they didn't, like, nullify it, but they sent it back to be like, you have to make a better argument than this because we already have patent this, and this that all are elements of what you are trying to patent, and you can't just do that. You can't just snake somebody else's patent.
It also turns out every person in the world has been doing this for the games.
Yes. Yes.
So
yeah, it's a big thing. It's a big, I don't know. It's very technical because there's like certain aspects of it that are not challenged, but certain ones that are. And if you combine this patent from fucking Konami with this patent that Nintendo made before this one, it could technically so there's probably still an opening if they wanted to like try to sue Power World. But the idea is if they can't make this stick, then that suit is much less effective than it is right now because that's all they got. They can't do it on character designs because they're different. They basically are just like, no, we own the rights to throw a ball at a thing and have the thing go into the ball, and then you get to throw the ball and the thing comes out of the ball, and it's like, man, I don't know. Like that's
super iffy, bro.
Like, what if I throw a cube? Is it all right if I throw a cube?
Yeah. Like it's got to. This is all ours. This is us forever.
Meanwhile, Temtem's over there, just like, oh shit, don't look over here.
Well, my favorite thing is it turns out Temtem has just been under the radar, being like, don't find us. Don't you even look this way.
Don't be suspicious. So more bad news. This is something that a lot of people probably already know, but I want to make sure that everybody gets the.
Yeah, this has been in effect for a bit now.
It started April 2nd or April 3rd.
Yeah.
Sony raised the price of the PlayStation 5. Whole bunch, $100.
Everything PlayStation 5 has gone up. At least the consoles, and also surprisingly the Portal.
Yep,
that was the one that caught me off guard.
PS5, April 2nd. PS5, PS5 Pro, PS Portal, all $100 more.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, what that means is that a base PS5 is $650.
Yes, and that's with the disc drive by default.
A digital non-version is $600, but the PS5 Pro is $900 now.
It's almost $1,000.
That fucking sucks.
Doesn't come with a disc drive.
Doesn't come with a disc drive. That's $80. I know because I had to fucking buy one last week. My internet went down. Which, by the way, you can't turn on the disk drive unless you have the internet.
Yeah.
I bought the disk drive because the internet was down. God damn it.
It needs one little thing to activate it, unfortunately.
1 second. It needs
Yeah,
1
it
second
needs
online.
1 second. Yeah, it's real stupid.
But
I'm glad I got all my stuff ahead of time because I was worried this would happen, but I didn't think it would be this bad.
Well, because they already raised the price a little bit. Not the Pro, but the base one, I think, went up $50.
I know they all did at one point, but they all went up only by like
$50.
Yeah, because you remember we were talking about how we were happy that we bought ours before that happened.
Oh yeah,
and because we were like, well, another 50 is not the worst. It's not the end of the world,
right?
Type of thing. This is fucking
now
ridiculous.
It's basically an extra 150. So
no,
and yeah, this is all being blamed on quote continued pressures in global economic landscape unquote. Which is fucking tariffs and AI.
Yeah,
so.
and these prices are U.S. Like other places are even.
They're way worse.
They're way worse.
They're way worse.
Like imagine being in like fucking Brazil. Those guys are already getting fucked when it comes to their economy's prices.
I mean, people talk about, it's like, why does China only play mobile games? It's like because buying shit there is fucking expensive.
Yes.
Like you already have a phone.
Yeah, and it's easier for them, and there's a lot of limits on stuff.
Yeah,
down there.
But then that's not all because apparently when that happened, there was an incredible rush on PS5s.
Yes.
Like there was a person who talked, there was an article I was reading, a person talked about like, when you're searching like on the Target website for a thing and it's like, find me a store within like 10 miles of my house. And they were like, I put it to 100 miles and there were none.
Yeah.
There were no PlayStations.
All of Amazon's, just all of them were gone.
Yep.
PS5 Pros were just gone in like a couple days from the announcement.
I also saw a thing from a user where somebody like they traded in their also GameStop around the time that this was happening
they
was
came
having
out with
like
this promo,
a promo where you could get more trade-in credit.
They knew exactly what they're doing. They literally right after the announcement, they're like, "We got you guys. We know." I remember it vividly. It's like, "We got you guys. If you trade in your whatever, we'll give you an extra like $100.
Yep.
And it'll be even less to get it." And they were just fucking post after post on Reddit of a person taking a picture of a PS5 in their car.
Yeah.
Like it was insane to the point where people were like, I need you to stop posting about your PS5s. We get it. You panic bought a console.
Right.
Like, stop it.
But then I also saw a thing where it was like people that would go sell trade in and get cash for their other console, but then like GameStop didn't have the new shit. Like they would trade in their PS5, but then there were no PS5 Pros within 150 miles of their house.
Yep.
And it was like, oh, well, what do I do now? And it's like, well, fucking make a plan before you do shit, dumbass.
Yeah,
like,
you need to get this credit. Make sure you can order one on their website at most, so you can use that credit for it.
Right.
Because what the fuck did you think was going to happen there?
Also, I don't know if you saw this, Michael. There's a chart that came out that was that showed a disturbing trend with the PlayStation. So this is a chart. I don't even know where this came from. I saw it on a Kotaku article. So this is a history of the prices of the different PlayStations in adjusted dollars for 2026. Right. So it's been inflation adjusted. And what you will see is the PS1, the PS2, the PS3, and the PS4. They all start at a certain dollar amount, and then they drop over time.
Yes.
And they drop, and they drop, and they drop. And the PS5, it starts and it drops, but now it's horseshoeing back up again.
Yeah, it's now we've now curved up as a wave instead of down like you're supposed to.
Yep. Even the PS4 though wasn't. I mean, a lot of these dropped a lot. The PS4 dropped a little bit, but it never like went down. Like the PS1, man, fucking started off at the PS1 apparently was $640 in like adjusted 2026 money when it came out, and by the end it was like 90.
Yeah, well that made sense because what happened was they kept making smaller versions of it.
Yeah,
because you remember it was the PSX, and then they made the PS1.
Yep,
which was like a tiny one, and it was like even at the time was $100.
Yep.
And then you could get that for like even cheaper than that after they came out with them.
You want to know the other thing I like about this chart though, Michael?
What's that?
If you look at the PlayStations and you look at the most expensive PlayStation, it's still an adjusted. It's still the PS3, $784 in today's money at launch, like more or about the same amount as a PS5 Pro now, I guess, or no,
less. What the PS5 Pro was before the current thing.
Yes.
Yeah, and that shows how ridiculous ridiculously expensive that thing was at its time.
Yep.
Because that is still pretty fucking expensive.
I had to fucking it was like buying a new computer where I did fucking I was like, okay, well, I got a little bit of my tax refund. I got some birthday money. I got a little bit of overtime from work. I mean, maybe my parents can loan me $100. Then I can like scrape it all together into a pile with maybe trade in a few of my games and be like, can I have one, please?
Also, fun fact to the audience who weren't alive, it was still the cheapest Blu-ray player at the time.
Yep. Blu-ray players were fucking nuts.
They were like 1,000 or something like
crazy.
that. So some people actually bought it purely for a Blu-ray player. Not even joking.
So yeah. Speaking of big old price hikes, I saw this one. So the Lenovo Legion Go 2 is one of these kind of Steam Deck competitors.
Oh yeah.
That is one of those high performance Steam Deck competitors. Like, it's real nice. It's got a big ass screen or whatever. The price of this thing the best version now costs $2,000.
Jesus Christ!
And it's a $650 increase from what it was before.
Oh my goodness!
From the $1,350 before, and then the lower tier, the 16 gig version, is now $1,500, which is a $400 price increase from the $1,100. It's like, guys, I know that hardware is expensive, but ain't nobody gonna fucking buy those, man. It's like,
yeah, that's the problem with these price hikes, is you're pricing out the people who would want these.
Yep.
Like, there's no one who's going to want, because a lot of these are new computer prices. And at least
they're new Apple computer prices.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. I'm like, yeah, these are all like, the computer I have is that much.
Yeah,
at least at the time when it came out, it probably is worth more now.
Hell, Apple's got a $600 laptop, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Like
a lot of things. We live in a world now where electronics were way more affordable.
Yeah,
that can do a lot of what these things can do.
Yep.
And
now they're back up.
It's just not it anymore, man.
They're going back up into Crazyville. For no good reason.
No.
For no good reason. So
like, it's not like they made them better or something. That's the problem. That's the issue I'm having with the PlayStation thing. It's not like they're like, we made a brand new version of PS5 Pro that's $900. Like, no, this is just the ones that are already out currently.
Well, it's weird because normally, and I feel like you got a little bit of this on the PS4, but not as much. But normally the prices go down because they get better at manufacturing them.
Yes,
they're less
make them
materials.
Smaller. They make these like really intricate like versions that are
hardware revisions, hardware refreshes.
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
Uses less chips, uses less everything, but it still has the same amount of power.
Right.
That kind of thing. But now they're just the same thing with a higher price tag.
Yeah, it sucks.
I still can't buy fucking really nice faceplates for my PlayStation, by the way.
Oh,
I'm still annoyed by that. I still have my original PS5 with the Spider-Man 2 ones.
Oh yeah,
and I'm like, man, if I could find something like this and put it on mine, I would.
I
can't even do that, and you guys are fucking charging people for way more.
I was like, they muscled D-brand out of the market, and now, but they didn't replace them with anything.
Yeah.
So I guess
like, you can only buy things for the digital one, but they don't work on a Pro. Well, you guys are stupid.
Yep.
The whole thing is stupid.
Yep. There's an interview last week with Michael Dell of Dell, where I used to work.
His name is actually
Dell.
Michael Dell.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I worked at Dell for a long time. So
I know. I just didn't know they were called. I didn't know there was a Dell family.
That's why they're called that.
Interesting.
And so this was an interesting thing. He basically like did the math for AI and ramping up from here, not down, and basically came to the conclusion that within like 4 or 5 years, the price of RAM would increase about 625 times, 625x, because like you can't, the demand will go up even more if the AI adoption is there.
Yeah.
And you cannot create new memory plants in an afternoon.
No.
It takes years to create one, and nobody's even doing it right now. Like, there's like one place in China.
There are no plans.
So the idea being that if you just keep this amount that we're manufacturing right now, but then the data centers keep asking for more and more and more and more and more. But then also there's another thing that happened where the price of RAM went down a little bit. But
that's because there was the AI people were losing money. So they're like, I don't know if we're going to actually reserve this much now. But the problem is the demand has already shot up. So even if they all pulled out right away,
right,
so many people have an excuse now to not drop their prices again.
Yep.
It's the same that happened, with the pandemic, and they're like, well, these are pandemic prices, and they never went back down.
Yep. Oh, the supply chain. We have to raise it because of the supply chain. It's like,
solar winds,
right?
Yeah.
Yep. Fucking hate that shit, man.
It's very frustrating.
I was always irritated that nobody was as mad as I was about, like, guys, they're fucking. It's like, sorry, I got to raise my prices. It's Thursday. It's like, what the fuck does that have to do with things? Well, complex market indicator. Think outside the bun, and it's like, what? What does that mean? It's like, shut up. Shut up is what that means. Like,
it means eat your taco, damn it.
Okay, fine.
Eat your Taco Bell, peasant.
Fine. Let's see. Speaking of CEOs, we did get confirmation that apparently the new boss of Xbox, Asha Sharma, was the one that killed off the "This is an Xbox" campaign.
It was a good idea.
Specifically, they said that it didn't sound, it didn't feel like Xbox. It's like, well. Yeah.
I mean, not.
Like, why would you give people? Why would you create a marketing campaign that was like, "Don't buy our shit"? You can already look at our shit on your phone, and it's like, no.
It was so dumb. Yeah, it was like, what's better than Xbox? Not spending money on an Xbox.
Yeah,
by just using your phone,
right,
and giving us like a small amount of money, not even a lot of it, just like $20. And you're like, what are you doing?
So, yeah,
it's like the opposite of money making. It's wild.
So we'll see. I also think that she very specifically put her name on this to be like, I'm one of you. I'm the gamer CEO.
Oh yeah.
I think you guys should like me, right? Which, I mean, I don't know. I don't know yet.
I don't know enough about her.
Yep.
Really. I only know that she was an AI.
She was in one of the AI departments. Yep.
And honestly, that doesn't automatically mean she's evil. So we don't really know what she did there.
I guess we'll find out because Xbox is having another showcase this summer, June 7th. They're going to have a showcase. This kind of E3 times, right? This is
E3 is long dead, unfortunately. But this for some reason everybody still uses the June time frame as their
it's kind of summer,
kind of to dance on E3's corpse, to be honest. But at the same time, that was just the expectation of when to do it.
I think it's a good time. It's a good time to generate interest in your holiday thing halfway through the year. You wouldn't want to do your holiday game announcements in August.
Well, it's the same. Well, there was a reason why that used to be the time frame for E3, because it was like it gives retailers time to make these orders and all this stuff.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And like it's the same thing. It's just the only difference now is they don't have to pay anybody to be somewhere.
Yep.
Which is why E3 died.
Actually, it's funny because this showcase is going to have an audience.
Really?
They're bringing back the audience. I think this is another Asha Sharma thing of just like they're tired of just having fucking somebody wandering around in the fucking hall of monitors with the Xbox swoopies behind them talking about stuff. They want to have a bunch of people. They want to have that fucking guy that loves Elder Scrolls Online. Is like, whoa!
Yeah, that is the thing. That was the one thing I always miss about E3 is the crowd that was a mix of press and just normal people.
Yeah.
Because those normal people were very much the guy who was like, you have never been outside before, and you're going to yell as loud as possible.
And another big thing that part of this is going to be a specific Gears of War E-Day Direct, which I feel like
I forgot about that.
Waiting to fucking hear about that game forever. Yeah. So.
I still think that's a fun idea for a game.
Sure. Speaking of Microsoft, I don't know if you were here with the Overwatch thing. Yeah, okay. So they've got the new look for Onrun. There it is, Michael. Here's the old one. Here's the new one. Old one, new one. It's the same picture.
The same. No, it's just her eyes look more serious. It's like when you look at a Kirby cover in Japan and a Kirby cover in America.
She's got less fat on the face, less rounded face. She's got a little bit sharper eyes. She's got more of a nose, less of a little button nose and more of an actual nose, but nowhere near.
It still doesn't look like the
nose from the fucking video. So
doesn't look like the person still.
Apparently, it's
like their sister.
I couldn't find it because they just keep showing these things, but apparently there's also the poses, like her body language is a little bit less like hee and a little bit more just like kind of standing up straight.
Yeah, I'd say she's more mature or whatever.
I think this is some bullshit, but whatever.
Oh no, it absolutely is bullshit. But they realized they can't change her entire design.
Yep.
All they did, they were like, "Well, we can change what her face looks like."
You could pick a different nose from the fucking nose slider in Starfield. You could pick nose number 9 that's not just a swooping inward curve, cutesy model nose.
She's still not even close to what her fucking thing was. Because wasn't she like a darker skin color too? And the
screenshot that you're thinking about is her in the dark in the thing, but
still not even close.
But
even looking at it now,
she got a nose. It's the nose. The nose is the problem. Like
it's still not the same fucking person.
Like if she had this expression that's being compared to Scowl, it probably would be better if they just made her nose be a nose.
Not even the same person.
Okay.
Still not the same person.
It's okay for
they're like, we did it. We fixed it.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you did not.
It's okay for women to have noses.
You should have. You're better off updating the video that had her originally in it than this fucking thing.
Well, speaking of Overwatch videos, we got a brand new announcement for Sierra.
Oh.
A new Overwatch hero. Because they're putting out a whole bunch of them this week. People had a lot of Cammy comparisons to make with this lady with a red beret and a green top and braids.
Yeah, she's very Cammy like when it comes to that.
So yeah, in this she it appears that she's got like a bird grapple and like some kind of plasma rifle, and she is fighting this Eero guy who's like one of the new kind of soldier class guys. In the video, they're fighting, and she hits him with like a tracker dart. And then when she's shooting, like all the shots curve around and hit him.
Oh, I see. It's like a homing thing, but you have to get them with it first.
Right. Because there's no actual gameplay here. I looked for a gameplay, but like it's just kind of a little thing. But the thing that people are really clowning on is that after she kicks this guy's ass in this video, he goes into his ult mode, where basically his cybernetic implants take over and he becomes like this murder machine. And he's basically just getting ready to fucking kill her. And then at some point, his teammate has to come in and be like, no, it's cool, man. You got to stand down. Like, don't fucking be murdering Overwatch people right on this bridge. And he finally, like, reins himself in, and they're like, this makes me want to play that guy.
Oh, that guy seems pretty cool, actually. He seems way cooler.
Right.
If that's what his whole thing is.
Because, like, Talon succeeds in what they were doing, and he kind of kicked her ass, and they leave, and it's like... And at the end, she's like, I put a tracker on the thing. And it's like, did you need to get your ass... Did you need to get almost your head blown off in order to...
You almost super died.
Have that happen, so...
Your dumbassness.
Yeah. I also miss the fact that I don't like that they're using this 3D toon shaded. I liked it when they used the original models in the game.
That's the reason why we're in the predicament we are in the begin with. Is if they just used the 3D model they made for the other character, no one would ever known that their original design had a different face.
Yeah, that's true. Very true.
This is why you need to not do that. Also, yeah, she like her translation from that to that is better, like there, but it's still.
Oh wait, there was a. It
still has a different face to it, though.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't even look at this. I didn't see it was here. I don't know. I'm not like super duper into Overwatch.
No, but yeah, her face still is different from what the animation was.
Oh, Sierra's face.
Yeah. And it's like
it's a little bit more cutesy.
It's more cutesy again. That's the problem. You need to fucking use your in-game models for people to not notice this happening.
Or, just have your in-game model, have the ladies in your game don't all have to look like fucking Pixar demon hunters. Like, you don't have to make them all fucking super duper 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 fucking attractive. People liked playing as Zenyatta. She was not conventionally super hot. Like,
exactly.
May was not a fucking skinny supermodel.
You guys are not noticing that you are now kind of biased with how when you're using your designs lately.
Everybody looks like a fucking just a person, regular, like a medium-sized person.
It's very annoying. Yeah.
Anyway, let's see. We gotta zoom a little bit through here. You know what? I'm gonna skip this one. This is a weird one. State of Decay 3 is having an alpha playtest. proving that it actually exists.
Oh yeah, because we've seen like 1,000 trailers for this thing.
We saw nope. We saw an announcement trailer like in 2020, and not much since then, to be honest.
I didn't think about that. For some reason, I thought we saw more trailers for it.
I don't think so. I think there was like maybe one more between then and now, but not a lot. And apparently, but the game is still alive. It's still cooking. Because remember in 2020, it was like Microsoft seemed like they were really hanging their hat on like State of fucking Decay.
They really were.
And then we just didn't hear jack shit about it for a long time. So
well, that seems to be their thing. They're like, look at this really cool thing, and then you'll be like, so. Where is it? What are you talking about? Like when they announced Fable, they were like, look, a new Fable. Isn't that exciting? And then there was just crickets for a while until there was one really big trailer and then crickets. It's like, what are you guys doing?
So there's going to be an alpha. You can sign up for it online. I never understood why State of Decay was such a thing. Like people, I played it. I see what it is. It's like, third-person action plus settlement builder, zombie apocalypse, survival. It never clicked to a point where I was like, man, I can't stop fucking playing this. I love this game. So.
It was another one of those games that I'm like, I kind of get, but I think because of Walking Dead kind of made people want that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then that's kind of the only reason I can think of the State of Decay 2 doing well.
Yep.
There was that other game. I don't even remember what it was, but that was a mod for something.
Oh, yeah.
I already forgot what it was called.
Fortnite's dipping their toes into some of the AI bullshit.
Yeah, I heard about this.
They're putting out this is the thing, the AI, what's it called? Like, it's got a specific thing. Italian brain rot is what it's called. And it's like AI generated garbage that people do on Roblox. So apparently the ballerina cappuccina, which is just a ballet dancer with a cappuccino for a head, is apparently like the least liked skin to ever be put into Fortnite ever.
Which is, there's some real bad ones, but I get it because the thing is horrifying to look at.
Yeah. Well, but they also put in that tongue sahur thing, and I'm like, oh, god damn it. I don't know what that is that I don't want to know.
I've seen it. I've seen its face, and it's just, I thought it was fake at first.
Have you ever been to the PlayStation store? You've seen it 80 times.
We have,
fuck.
Weird shit, guys.
Yeah, very weird. Let's see. Speaking of AI slop, this is a fun little story.
Oh, yeah. I actually heard about this.
So an Italian news station did a story about DLSS 5, and they used the footage of showing Grace from Resident Evil Requiem, and then they put that story on their YouTube channel, and then they copywrote it, at which point YouTube automation went into effect, found every single YouTube video in Italy that used this and took them offline, including NVIDIA's one, including the original one that they used for the thing. So,
which is hilarious that this happened.
I'm glad to know that everything's way too fucking expensive, but that I'm still living in a world where the fucking AI, the YouTube content ID algorithm could just be tricked in 1 second by nothing. It's like, to fucking make the AI do it better. Do it better, AI.
It's like, so fucking funny.
Like, can you just compare the upload date of the thing that is doing the copyright versus is there another video on your server with the same imagery that was uploaded earlier? Then it's probably not a valid copyright claim, or at least bounce it back one time.
This has since been resolved, apparently.
Yes, it definitely has.
Which is fucking still hilarious that it happened.
Yes. It sucks. We're gonna have to speed run a little bit. Okay, this is kind of a weird one. So there was the FTC, the chairman of the FTC, Andrew Ferguson, wrote a series of letters to MasterCard, Visa, PayPal, and Stripe, admonishing them for declining to process payments. Now, this basically touches on that whole thing where the payment processors got in the way, and then stuff got taken down off of Epic and Steam and a few different places. This is not an unqualified win for the good guys, because this is that kind of Republican, like, you're not allowed to say what people can and can't spend their money on thing. It's very tricky. The thing is that it might be one of those things that inadvertently resolves another issue that I care about.
No, yeah,
this is payment processor thing. So.
This is them being like, hey, you payment processors, you're upset because you want us to be woke about what we want to sell because we want to sell guns with Jesuses on them type of thing.
Yes.
And it's like, yeah, but you're accidentally helping me out with this, so I don't know how to feel about it.
Like, is the guy, he tweeted, no one should be debanked because of their political and religious views. They did this to President Trump, and they may do it to you, too. And it's like, all right, I want to get anywhere near that. But the side effect is like, if MasterCard is like, okay, payment processors, you're not allowed to do anything in the United States. Somebody wants to buy something, you fucking put that transaction through from them to us, and if you fucking stop it, we're going to go find some different fucking payment processors who are not going to get in the way. So
yeah, it's not a bad side effect for that, but there is a lot of dumb shit that people have tried selling that payment processors have been upset about. I know because I used to do support for website building.
Yep,
I've had some very fucked up examples, and I will not say them, but one of them involved bullets.
WWE 2K26, they're making a change. Michael, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but apparently when you buy the really, really expensive version of WWE 2K26, you know how in the past you would buy the collector's edition version and then as new characters came out, you would get them because you bought the collector's edition.
Bought the super edition.
Every single character in every single edition, including the collector's edition, is all locked behind a battle pass. So if you spend the extra money, you get the premium version of the battle pass, but you still have to play the battle pass
to do the game.
To the point where you get the fucking guys, as opposed to just having them unlocked without having to grind out the characters that you already spent the money on. Needless to say, the community, and by that I mean John, because he's the only person I know in the WWE community,
bought this,
unhappy with this arrangement. Like, if I buy it, give it to me. It's not that I want to buy it and then work for it, you fucks.
Yeah.
This is what I do in my free time. What do you mean I gotta work my way up to the fucking Undertaker unlock? Like, what the hell is that?
There was another game that did this, didn't they? I'm trying to remember who it was, where it was like, if you buy the special whatever, you get the first season pass for free or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I know that they said, okay, I'm not entirely sure what this means.
Well, not season pass, but yeah.
2K has, this is from an IGN article, 2K has announced that from Season 2 onward, all 4 characters in the premium track of the pass will be unlocked immediately in Tier 1. I assume that means that it's just like the unlocks happen right at the
whenever you
fast forward at the beginning.
Well, no, Tier 1s are usually like whenever you buy a thing, like the very first tier in the giant pass is always like whenever you buy a Fortnite game pass or Fortnite Battle Pass, the first character was always free. Like right away. So like if you bought the current one, you got one of the Rock like right away because of it.
Okay.
If I remember correctly.
Anyway, it seems like they're trying to reverse course on this moving forward. Which is good because that's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life.
No, because that's a lot of tiers for and especially if a game that people don't play religiously.
Yep.
And you're just fucked if you don't get them all. It's just kind of annoying.
Okay, this is going to be a quick lightning round, Michael. Did you know there was a PUBG blind spot top-down phone and PC battle royale game?
I knew there was a phone one.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a PC one.
It is on the phone, I believe, and on the same version as on the PC. Launched into early access on February 4th, getting shut down March 30th.
Oh, well, that makes sense, I guess, because no one else knew. I only knew about it because it popped up on my feed one time, and I was like, that's neat, and then I just forgot about it entirely.
Elder Scrolls Blades is shutting down on June 30th. The phone/Switch grindy game.
That makes sense, I guess. Nobody really played that as far as I know.
Stormgate, the RTS, the RTS with like futuristic guys and demons and stuff.
Vaguely.
There was only a PvP game.
Oh, okay.
It was only online PvP. Is probably going to be getting an offline mode because the company that they contract with to keep their servers up has been purchased by an AI company, is basically just canceling the contract with all of their clients. And so they have basically until the end of April to implement an offline mode, because if there's not a fucking offline mode,
nobody can play the game.
And now's not a good time to go searching for another fucking service provider because of
there's probably a bunch of people from that who can't find anybody now.
Strangely enough, the customer base for this game has been asking for an offline mode for a long time now. So
that's a fun coincidence.
Rec Room shutting down June 2026.
Was that still working?
VR fucking party online thing, apparently. And there's just no more. The one, though, that really shoves a dagger into my heart is that Ivy Road Studios, the company that made Wanderstop, is shutting down.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah.
Wanderstop was pretty neat.
It was pretty interesting. The other thing that was interesting is they had another game called Engine Angel that they were shopping around, and they put out like a 35-second like trailer for it, and it appears to be like a game where you're driving a car that has like a monster inside of it, and the car does like combos. Like it literally does like ram and then sideways shock, and so you're fighting demons, and then at the very end of this little kind of proof of concept thing, they showed that there's some kind of like spirit within the car. That spirit comes out and then like makes out with somebody that's up against the car. So it's like, oh, you get to romance the big booby car spirit. And I'm like, okay, well, all of that seemed kind of interesting, and I would have played that game.
I'm actually very disappointed now that this game doesn't exist.
So yeah, you could look up Engine Angel online. It does look like they used a lot of AI for the prototyping of it, though. But
it's got some fun stuff in it, though.
And let's wrap it up with a few of those April Fools from last week. Michael, did you? How much of the April Fools did you see?
I amazingly didn't.
You didn't?
Yeah, I wasn't as online as I thought I would be.
I'll throw a few at you. So, Project Roach was a CD Projekt Red where they. We're like, now you can experience what it's like to ride Roach. It's just like a little hobby horse that's hooked up to the game, and then they have videos of people like as they're playing the game, they're just riding the horse up and down like in their living room, which is very silly.
I love that.
Crusader King Super Sampling. CKSS was a fun take on the DLSS, where it's Crusader Kings, and then they have a wipe that comes through, and every one of them is like the exact same. Like it actually looks like they might have used AI for it, but they all look like the same supermodel.
Yeah.
No matter what, like every character ends up with the same face.
Oh my god.
And it's pretty funny. There's even one with this lady where the lady ends up with the guy's face, then somebody with a knife has a gun.
Oh my god.
It's pretty fun.
That's a really good gag.
It's a pretty fun little one where they all end up as the same like middle-aged unshaven white guy, which is I think is probably something that somebody at their company. So
that's so fun.
Yeah. So yeah. It was a pretty fun little thing.
I like the coming soon.
Razer Ava Mini, which I believe was a previous April Fool's of a little AI lady, even though it's listed on their website as an actual product. It's a little hologram of an AI lady. And then their April Fool's joke was a companion for the little AI lady when you can't come home.
That's fun.
Yeah. But this is like listed on their actual website, but then I don't think you can actually purchase it.
Yeah, well, that happens sometimes. A lot of websites will come out, will have a listing. Like, for instance, O'Reilly has a listing for a flux capacitor.
Oh, okay. The Power World Dating Simulator got another trailer. This is I didn't watch this because we already had this, and there was another dating sim thing that was more interesting this time around. So
okay.
And then that was a bad one. And some of the rest of these are in other places. Sega put out a tweet saying that they've made the Sega logo 3% more blue, and they put up 2 Sega logos for you to see.
I like the same. That's just the best part about it.
And then let's see. There was a Pragmata as a Mega Man game that had the guy from Pragmata basically wearing the Mega Man outfit.
Oh, that's fun. It's got a big old fake Mega Man head.
Yeah, that opens up to show his face underneath it, trolling people that think that Pragmata's a Mega Man game.
That'd be fun. I bet you that's an outfit you could probably get.
Nier. This is just mean, man, but they put out a teaser for Nier Cosmic Horror, and it's like a picture of a weird looking character with a giant snake worm head,
Jesus
and
Christ.
a huge ass, a
Just
shiny
caked
ass,
up, yeah.
and then like Emil's face from the game, and everybody was like, "Oh my god, is this the Nier game that you've been working on?" And they were like, "No, this is a fucking April Fool's."
It's April Fool's because it's got a gigantic ass, guys.
Gigantic,
It's
shiny
pretty
ass.
obvious because of that.
Satisfactory. I don't know if you know this, but all the characters in Satisfactory are women.
Oh,
And so they had a trailer for here's the man that you could play in the game, and it's just like I think it's a scan they did before of one of the guys that works at their company, but then the actual game is just like nothing but running and shooting and fucking jumping, and it's all like third person explosions and stuff like that. Yeah, because all of the character models in there's a Cybertruck for them to drive in there. At one point they go like running past two of the regular Satisfactory workers.
what a great gag.
Yeah. People
choosing Jason.
People really don't like that because every character model in Satisfactory is a lady.
That's hilarious.
So
People are weird about shit like that.
Silent Hill 2 James Body Pillow.
Oh my goodness.
Soft on the outside, emotionally devastating on the inside. This is one of those ones you can actually purchase.
Oh wow.
Yep.
$70.
So
You're gonna get one, Jeff?
fuck
you
no,
want one.
I don't like that game that much. The dating game was Power Wash Simulator 2 Date the Dirt. So they've got Dust and Dirt and various different characters.
Huckleberry.
That's the town and like the gnome.
Oh god, the gnome itself.
Yep. Grime, duckweed. So yeah,
That's fun.
And this is actually being made. So
That's actually pretty fun though.
yep.
I like sometimes when the April Fool's gag is real.
Yep. Sanic T-shirts at the Sega store for $32.
Oh my God.
I think these are actually real. I think you could actually.
Yeah, they said they're $32.
I think you could actually purchase these. I don't know if they're gone.
They were probably limited.
Yeah, at this point, but yeah, Sanic T-shirts. Apparently, Sega does have a sense of humor.
I love how like they're not just like the weird like normal one. They're actually like the recreations of actual Sonic poster things.
Yep.
That's fucking hilarious.
Let's see. Game Informer, Game Enforcer had a few of these, but the one I thought was the funniest was a headline that says, "Grieving man places flowers next to his wife's grave and accidentally summons Cubone."
Oh God.
Which is a Pocopia reference of, and then it goes on to have Cubone like trying to console him and him calling the cops and stuff like that. So
Mom probably would like a place too.
but the last one is interesting. Black Ops 7 had a gag where they said, "Let's get ready to start the day," and it was a tiny little map. This is real. It's a closet. It's a walk-in closet.
Oh.
That's the smallest map ever in Call of Duty, and it's just a fucking meat grinder because there's nowhere to hide.
Yeah.
It's just two rooms with like a thing between them, and if you're constantly respawning, it's just like the bodies are piling up everywhere.
Yeah, you just gotta start firing the second you come alive.
Everybody is dying in like 3 seconds or less. It's not like anybody cares for anything, and it's kind of amazing. I kind of love it.
I actually really love that too.
And the fact that they just have it's just a fucking like walk-in closet. So
I love the countdown. They're all looking at each other, being like, "Who do I shoot? Who do I shoot first? Because I'm surrounded."
Yep.
Like there's zero way to survive that fucking map.
And it won't surprise you to know that people are already like, "Oh, what a great place to level up."
Oh man, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, that is a great place to level up.
So, yeah, and that was our April Fools from last week. So some good stuff in there. It wasn't super, it wasn't the best one ever or anything, but
Yeah, I feel like some of them have gotten less creative about it over time. But part of that's because it's harder to actually trick people now.
yeah.
And because back in the day, I remember the best like ones were the ones that made you think it was a real game.
Yep.
And back then they were like magazines. Like I remember to this day, I remember a guy walking up to me going, "What do you think about Halo Lego?" And I'm like, "What?" And he shows me the magazine.
Oh.
He was like announcing Halo Lego, and they had all these renders and stuff. And I was like, "Which issue is this?"
Yeah. I also think that there's a weird double-edged sword that happens with April Fools where like you will announce a thing that is a joke and then people are like, "No, but I actually wanted that."
Yes.
Like and now I'm
happened.
mad at you for your fucking joke. So speaking of being mad, we got to take a break. So don't get too bothered. We'll be right back. We got more trailers to look at. we're back. And we have even more trailers. Sometimes I wonder, you guys could chime in the comments about like when we do like the trailers, and then we do the news, and it's like more trailers. Is that too many trailers? I mean, usually it's like news, trailers, but then sometimes it's trailers, news, trailers. And sometimes I think that it might be a little bit much of like, yeah, so then that guy blew up another guy, and it was really cool. So I don't know. Chime in and let us know.
Let us know.
Yeah.
Let us know if you are Mr. Gay.
Yes.
Sorry, we're talking about Mario earlier.
Yeah. So when we left off, we were talking about April Fool's jokes. And today, April 9th, No Man's Sky did an update, which seems like it should be an April Fool's joke, but it's not. It's Pokemon. They put Pokemon in No Man's Sky. You can capture monsters, and you can bring them to the space stations. You can fight them on the fucking Millennium Falcon chess table, and
this all sounds like a gag.
You can raise them, you can train them, you can evolve them, and what?
You can ride them and everything.
Yep. Like,
they went all in on this fucking thing.
What? There's like eggs that you could change to get different traits out of them, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Come at us, Pokemon.
All right.
Pokemon like fucking has so much competition nowadays.
Yeah.
No one expected No Man's Sky to enter there.
I mean, like, all the other stuff they've added to No Man's Sky, it's all been relatively No Man's Sky related. This time I was like, but why?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like, that's cool that you could put Pokemon in No Man's Sky. I mean, like, was this supposed to be an April Fool's joke? I think you were like, no, don't put it out on the first because it's actually real.
Yeah.
And we don't want people to think it's a joke, so.
This is a fuck. God damn, man. You guys need to quit it.
You gotta stop.
Make a No Man's Sky 2 at this point, man.
Well, they're making that.
Everyone's Sky.
Making that other one already, the one with the planet, so. Yeah, that's out. It's free.
It's fucking wild.
Go fucking get it, I guess. Like,
God, this game continues to be the greatest investment ever made.
Yep. It's pretty amazing. Let's see. We got some more Exodus footage. Speaking of space stuff. I'm really into this game, so anytime I get a scrap of information, I look at it. This just looks like just kind of a third-person action segment of shooting a bunch of robots, and
it reminds me a lot of we always mention Mass Effect, but the way Mass Effect 2 feels.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, which is not a bad thing. I love those games a lot.
Mass Effect 2 is fun as shit.
I remember originally being kind of disappointed finding out Exodus was that, but now the more I look at it, the more I'm like, no, I actually do want Exodus to be that. Because I want to have Mass Effect 2 nostalgia type of thing.
It's not like BioWare is making any Mass Effects for you to play.
No.
I mean, the last
one they said they might, but there's nothing from it.
They said they are, but I don't trust them anymore.
No.
So
I don't trust them either.
Yeah.
It's going to show up and it's going to fucking have the weirdest faces again.
But like even the armor on the person shooting the gun looks an awful lot like Mass Effect
armor. It does. That is the thing that always cracks me up about it, is it just still looks like that. But everything we've been introduced to the world, or the universe actually, is so fascinating.
Yep.
That I can't help but already be interested in this game.
Yep.
And even like, especially when I realized that all those Matthew McConaughey voiceover things about the world was for this.
Yep.
I'm like, oh wait, now I'm definitely interested, because there's some really fucking cool shit in that.
Well, it seems like it's got really good lore, but then when they keep showing these trailers, I'm like, it also seems like a fun third-person action game. Like this looks like a fun game that I would play. So
this is the type of game that I wish we were getting, but nobody's been making them. BioWare.
Absolutely.
They fucked up one Mass Effect and they stopped making them entirely.
Speaking of weird throwbacks, we got the Starfield launch on the PlayStation this week, and they put in a little. So I don't know if you remember. I think this was a series called The Settled Systems, where they had a bunch of different like little animated trailers about the game.
No, I remember those. Yeah.
So this one is interesting because this one is for the Terran Armada expansion, and it basically kind of shows a bunch of robots, kind of a bunch of autonomous robots, like coming in and taking over a luxury liner, which is something that happened in the game. And then it shows like the backstory of kind of this military guy, them developing these robots, and at first the robots are just really effective, and then this one guy wants to turn the fucking hostility up to 11.
Oh god!
And then the lady is like, But then I think this is also the I think there's a robot companion I think this is the backstory of them.
Oh, I see.
Because towards the end of this, the robot that we're kind of focused on gets damaged, and then a scientist like comes and fucks around with them before she gets kidnapped. So I think that this is going to be one of the new companions that you can get in the new DLC. So
okay.
But yeah, I mean, I'm messing around with Starfield. I think that game is pretty good, and I think that game is good. I think it's terrible at explaining why it's good to you.
Yeah.
Like you can, apparently a lot of the problems I had in the beginning were easily solved, and just the game never told me how to do that. It was like, I don't know, figure it out yourself. And I was like, I don't want to. I quit. So, but
yeah, that's the problem. I have a problem I've always had with No Man's Sky, or not No Man's Sky, Starfield. No Man's Sky actually turned out great. Starfield is that like. The game just didn't really tell me why it could be cool.
Yep.
And then more people were showing off why it was cool, but I didn't know how to get to that point.
Yep.
But now we are at that point.
Then we played the Mantis storyline,
which was pretty cool. That was pretty fun.
Speaking of space brutality, we got the announcement of Conquest. Is shocking no one as a character that's going to be playable in Invincible Versus. Like, of course, Conquest is there. Like, he's the battle guy. Like, you're gonna put Battle Beast in, but not Conquest? That'd be stupid.
Would be very dumb. The main issue I've always had with this game so far is not it's not really the game's fault. It's that Invincible's 90% people who punch.
Right.
So it's like you can only make a guy interesting who punches so many times.
Yeah.
But luckily Conquest has enough personality, I think, to make up for it.
Yeah.
And so I'm a little excited about that.
He also seems to have as a moveset like shielding, like to kind of power through moves.
He's basically like a more of a they seem to be trying to make him the grappler almost.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that he's got like armor.
Yeah,
or power or super armor is usually what it's called. So I don't know. I haven't heard his voice, so I don't know if they got somebody who sounds like him or if it is the actual guy or not.
It sounds like it to me, but you know me, I can't tell the difference a lot of times.
There's a few characters that I'm always bummed out don't have like their main voice, but
yeah,
I'm very excited.
This is coming very soon.
Yeah, it's the end of it comes out at the end of the month. At the moment, as I mentioned, the beta is going on, but it might be over by the time some of you guys hear this. It's going on this weekend, I think.
Yeah, it'll be over.
It'll be over by the time this comes out. So that's unfortunate. But it comes out on the 30th.
They also had Battle Pass characters.
Oh, they're already showing off through the
Universa and the Immortal, which I was like,
as another punchy guy.
The Immortal wasn't in the base roster.
That's a little weird,
which is a little bizarre. So,
but Universa makes sense though. She wouldn't be right away, but she could be a fun one.
She just showed up in the new season.
Yeah,
so.
That's the thing. She just showed up, so that's why I can't blame them from having her be later.
Yeah,
I'm assuming Thrag or something will be like later on, or maybe who knows? I don't know if they're done announcing everybody. The main roster yet.
I think they are. But I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, if he's the last one, I could see that. But yeah, the only problem comes down to the fact that it's. Oh wait, that was the last one. Is what it's literally what this says.
Yeah.
I'm okay with kind of who we have so far, because there are some good ones that aren't fully like only explodey guys like Duplicate or actually not Duplicate, Powerplex.
I like Cecil.
Explode. Cecil in there. Yeah. It's pretty good. Robot has a lot of really cool things.
Yeah.
And same with Monster Girl. She has some fun stuff. So I'm very excited to, because actually like, I did try out the open beta before I showed up for a little bit, and it's got a lot of Killer Instinct DNA in it. I think it looks fantastic so far. The art style is now that's kind of in its finished form. It looks really good on screen.
Yeah.
The only downside is more of a nitpicky, because the problem with it is that the show has such big ass names.
Yeah.
You could never get them to do a fighting game.
Right.
So you're gonna have some weird sounding characters. Yeah. So you're gonna hear a guy and be like, well, that's not Seth Rogen. I'm like, yeah, because Seth Rogen's not gonna do a fucking fighting game.
Seth Rogen might do a fucking fighting game. I don't know.
Well, that's the thing,
give him some weed.
I thought Jason Mantzoukas might, but I don't think he's the one that's voicing Rexplode. But J.K. Simmons loves being in video games.
Yeah.
He just likes voice acting. So I'm very happy they got him to be in the game.
There you go. Let's see. Speaking of fighting games, we got a teaser for our next Street Fighter 6 character. I am curious to know what you think about this one, Michael.
It is a strange one. Yeah.
I couldn't tell what the fuck was happening here. The character's in like it's like, oh, yes, our realities are connected now. And this weird girl that's all dressed up like a crazy space alien. She got a little floating doll thing with her.
If I remember correctly, Ingrid was a character prior to this point.
Oh.
That was like ice-based or something.
Okay.
I thought. The problem is I might be mixing her up with a different character.
Mm-hmm.
But she's weird as shit so far is what I've seen. Because I was talking to my friends about it too, and they're just like, Ingrid's fucking weird.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how else to put it. And I swear she was from another Street Fighter, but I might be fusing her with somebody else.
I don't know.
I look that up real quick just in case.
The final character is making her debut. What is a monoid? Who is she? I just assumed she was the original character because I didn't think that you had reality-breaking space alien cutesy waifus in Street Fighter.
Okay, so I was right. There was a character named Ingrid originally, but I don't think she's the same person or not.
Okay,
I can't really tell. Like I remember her being this blonde lady in one of the old Street Fighter alphas, I think, if I remember correctly.
Oh.
But she doesn't look anything like what she does in this. So it might be a different Ingrid. I don't know. She's just weird as shit looking.
She's very weird.
Acting weird, strangely.
Yep.
Very weird.
Yep.
I'm curious to see what she actually does when they actually show off her the rest of what she does.
Yeah, because we only have just kind of like a cinematic trailer.
Yeah. And Street Fighter 6 has been kind of iffy with what they do story-wise. Mm-hmm. So we're going to see what's going on with that. Because the Alex backlash was very fucking interesting.
That was weird. I didn't want to get into it.
You're better off. You're better off not knowing. Yeah. I know, and you guys don't want to know.
Yeah. Let's see. Speaking of fighting game characters, we had an announcement for City of Wolves. Kenshiro from Fist of the North Star is going to be a character for City of Wolves.
Full confirmation that Kenshiro is going to be the next DLC character,
which I guess works. I mean,
he's a fighter. Like it's one of the better anime characters to add to a fighting game.
He's not a DJ.
He's not a DJ, but he can be a bartender in that one game. But
even though the DJ was pretty cool at the end of the day.
No, it turns out the DJ was actually the coolest thing about the DLC.
Yep.
It turns out the soccer player was the one that we should be giving shit to.
Yep.
But he looks fantastic. So like the model that we've seen so far. Mm-hmm. I'm just curious to see what specifically his moveset will be overall.
Yeah.
And whether or not anybody can explode. But I doubt you can make anybody explode, per se. So. But I really like that, and I've always really liked the Fist of the North Star series. I ended up buying that Fist of the North Star fitness game.
Oh, yeah?
Because it's like $10 right now.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, I can use this to work out.
Is that a Kinect game, or is it
It's a Switch game.
Ring? Oh, it's a Switch game.
It's a Switch game where you hold the... It actually kind of works the way that one... boxing one I had on my VR headset, but it's with Fist of the North Star, and so what it does is like you do the specific poses and then you punch, and then you do those poses, and it's for working out.
Sure.
And I was like, and I did the demo, and I'm like, I kind of want this, because you can just spend forever blowing people up.
I mean, if you got to work out, that's one way to do it.
Yeah, and $10, or at least at the moment. I don't know if it's still going to be $10 by the time you guys hear this, but I think it's worth it.
Let's see. Speaking of anime, there's a couple of videos out there for the Gachia Kuta game.
Oh.
It's weird, Michael. These are terrible videos. They show the main characters, and like I picked the one for Rudo, who's the main character in the show, but it just shows him like beating up a guy in a shirt in the wasteland, and with a few different types of weapons, and it just seems like a third-person action game. But the thing is that I only got about halfway through the anime, but most of the time they were fighting monsters. Like there was one episode where a bunch of dudes tried to kidnap a guy that are like these dudes, but the powers that the characters in this game have are way over the top for dude in bowling shirt.
Yeah, these are jobbers. They look like Limp Bizkit band members type of thing. There's nothing
in fact, if I
exciting about that.
Remember correctly from when I was just watching, like they're a little chunky, they're a little overweight, like they're wearing those shirts like I do.
They also are not anime looking.
Yeah,
like they are normal ass people.
Yeah.
Or right next to an anime guy.
Yeah, who's just like using the fucking final Dragon Ball moves to beat up just like a dude in a gas mask.
Exactly. Like at least in the Dragon Ball type games and stuff, they try to make them look like they're part of that world.
Yeah.
These guys look like they're from fucking Cowboy Bebop. Or not even that, but like the realism of Cowboy Bebop inside of a different type of anime.
I don't know. It's weird. It's very possible this is early. This is just proof of concept.
I hope so, because that's hilarious if that's what it is.
Yeah.
if you just fight jobbers like that.
I don't know. I mean, I kind of lost interest in the anime after a certain amount of time. So, well, speaking of things that I would not lose interest in, we got the announcement for Darksiders War Mastered Edition. Remember when we played Darksiders 2? They put out like just a PS5 update for Darksiders 2, where they put in the lighting and some up-resing and like nice frame rates and stuff. Well, this is that, but for the first one, and it makes me really, really, really want to play the first one again, even though I did a full-ass sequential of this thing.
You did, yeah.
So
I actually never played the first one, so this actually would be a great reason to do that.
It's such a good game. Like I like the second one, but the first one is really, really great.
Well, that's the thing that we found out about all of them is this: they're all so different from each other.
Yep.
Like none of them are the same game. And then, which is sad for 3, ironically enough. But even the other one that was the Genesis was great.
It was great. Yeah, it was fantastic. So yeah, this is coming to the PS5. I'm sure it's coming to other next gen consoles May 19th.
That's pretty good. That's pretty close.
And if you've never played Darksiders, it's fucking great. There's a reason that people wouldn't shut up about asking for when the next Darksiders was going to come out. I just wish that the third one hadn't been made by Gunfire. I like them. I like the Revenant games. Like I liked Revenant 2. I played the shit out of it. They weren't quite the art, and the sensibilities was a little bit too dark for this franchise.
It also the gameplay just didn't work the same way.
Yeah.
Which is a shame.
Because it was a Souls game as opposed to... Because the first game was a Zelda game, the second game was a God of War game, the third game was a Souls game, and Genesis was like a top-down twin-stick shooter, basically.
It was great.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Souls games, we got 11 fucking minutes of Mortal Shell 2.
Oh.
Which was really interesting because it showed off... I was funny when I looked at it because I had to kind of remind myself, like... what was Mortal Shell 1 like?
It was a weird one. I remember doing the video with you for it.
Yeah. It was interesting because they had the harden mechanic.
Yeah.
Where instead of parrying, you would just turn into rock to tank a hit for no damage.
And the way classes worked is you were wearing different shells. Yeah. That was literally the point.
You were like this blank, and then you would go in and have to get their shells. So a lot of the characters that you're seeing are actually characters from the first game.
Yeah.
So they show off quite a bit. They show this kind of thiefy character. It looks like they've got some more ranged options than I remember having in the first one. There seems to be just more. Also, the world seems a little bit more recognizable and a little bit less abstract.
Yeah.
Like
it's a little more colorful because of it.
Yeah. Because I remember the first game being like very just like...
Because you got lost a few times, I remember, because just everything looked the same after a while.
Very big, weird open worlds. So, yeah, they show off a lot. And, I mean, it looks a lot like there's a lot of big parry mechanic. I didn't see anybody do the turning into a rock thing. So I'm not sure if that's been...
Well, that was mostly when you were the blank or whatever. Was mostly whenever you did that.
There's one of the classes that did it as well, but
so it might just be for those specific classes.
I do like the fact that like there's one point where the guy jumps off the side of this bridge and there's a mimic that's just like on top of like a piece of rock, like a piece of stone work.
Oh, that's fun.
So yeah,
he just murders the shit out of it.
They show a few different characters. They show this shell was from the first game. This was like the heavy one.
Yeah.
They show the rogue one.
I think he's the one that did the hard one, wasn't he?
No, it was the main kind of like the main starter guy was the one that did that. This guy was a little bit further out. He had
okay.
more hit points, but less everything else than the rest of the shells. So, but then what I thought was kind of interesting was they show a few of the boss fights. They still have this mechanic where when you get killed the first time, you get knocked out of the shell, and if you can kill the enemy that knocked you out, you'll get it back, and you can kind of restore. A lot of brutal finishing moves. And then at the end, I know that you probably remember this, they show the character with the big juicy butt.
Oh, I think I remember who you're talking about.
When we first
we would
saw the
not
first
stop
trailer,
talking about it, yeah.
And it's a lady with an incredibly round posterior that is just, when she leans over to run, is pointed directly at the camera in the most butt-hugging armor of all time.
The caked up shell, they call it.
Yep. But there's one part in this I thought was interesting. Yeah, they show like one of the weapons is basically like a Gatling gun.
Yeah, I remember saying that, I think, when they first showed her off.
Yep.
And we were like, that's fucking weird.
Yep. So anyway, everything I'm seeing here looks great. Looks weird and brutal and there's butts and
some fun animations too.
Machine guns.
Her
and
grabbing one, just beating them to death with his face.
Souls bosses, all kinds of crazy shit. So yeah. I don't know if there's like a full-on release date for this one yet.
I don't remember. I swore it was like fall or something.
It's coming at some point this year. Yeah, I don't think there's a specific release date yet. So
they show some additions there, though.
Yeah. We got the launch trailer for that Samson game. Which apparently is a big ass mess, but. I'll be honest. I watched the launch trailer. I was like, it still makes a pretty good impression. Like it looks,
it does.
It's kind of like Mind's Eye, where like I don't know, it makes for a pretty good trailer, I guess. I also found out that the guy that made this, apparently, because they came out and apologized for the atrocious state the game is in.
Oh, jeez.
He was one of the guys that made the Just Cause series.
Really?
Back at Avalanche.
That explains why it's got a good presentation, maybe.
Yeah.
He's got some experience at it. They just needed to work on the game longer.
Apparently. Because it looks like just Grand Theft Auto, but with a lot more punching.
Yeah.
So,
and apparently consequences, or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
I don't know. I remember the first time we showed them, I'm like, this could actually be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Depending on if it plays well and it doesn't suck like the way the Quiet Mad or whatever it was that in Mind's Eye that randomly appeared. Because those were games that were announced so suddenly and then just showed up.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird.
Yeah, but apparently it does. And I guess I should note that, like, a lot of times when I talk about a game like Mind's Eye, I am now fully prepared for, like, this could be actually kind of interesting. This could be like a dark horse that kind of comes in and it's like, oh, that Samson game's actually pretty good. But more than likely, it's going to just suck assholes.
Yeah.
So
it's going to be that firefighter game.
Yeah. Oh,
that was another one that tricked us.
Yeah.
That was another one that tricked us pretty hard.
I got to spread the love because I made Matt play the dinosaur one that they made, that Code Violet, earlier this year.
Giant ass ones.
Yep. Mouse PI launch trailer.
I'm very excited for those too, actually.
Coming out at the end of next week. Looks great.
It looks fantastic.
Everything about it looks great. Like there's a lot more kind of story in this one, and it shows more like kind of walking around. But boy, they did a lot. They did a lot here. They did put a lot of work and love into this thing, and I think that it shows.
It's also got a really nice budget because they were able to get they got Troy Baker again.
Yep.
Like Troy, look, I get the joke that Troy's in fucking everything,
right?
But the guy's good at what he does.
Yeah,
and I think that's the fact they were able to get him means that this game's going to be something special.
They also did a lot of bespoke animation. There's a lot of like actual bespoke 2D animation going on here. So, it looks absolutely incredible. And it looks like an open world action detective game set in Steamboat Willie. And I'm like, everything about that is speaking my language.
Yeah,
so
this game looks phenomenal.
Yep. So that is coming out April 16th on my birthday.
Very soon. I think it's like $30, I think.
It's also on Game Pass, I believe.
So is it really?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. Well, you know what? I'll confirm or deny later in this segment.
Yeah.
So, we also got the launch for the Posthumous Investigation. If you're into black and white murder mysteries, Amanda and I played this last week. This is kind of time loop investigation thing where you play as a private detective in Rio de Janeiro in like the 1930s or 40s, 1930s, and
1937.
It's got a kind of a real time clock that goes around, and then every day you loop back around, but you can take knowledge forward into the next day, as well as some stuff you lose once you go to the next day. But it's interesting. It's got a kind of I like that idea of the kind of knowledge game of knowing where you need to go or what you need to do.
Well, it's like the Majora's Mask thing. It was the reason why you really like Majora's Mask, I'm assuming, because that's the same idea.
Yes,
all time loopy stuff.
Or it's such a weird comparison. Outer Wilds.
Yeah, that's another good one for that too. Yeah,
but game is out now. Amanda and I did a video for it. It should be coming out the same day as this podcast, but also Amanda was sick, so there's a lot of coughing in it. So if you guys didn't listen to it,
we found out who murdered Amanda.
Yeah. If you want something a little bit more serious, we also got a release date for Zero Paradise for Dead Spies. This is the game that is one of the Disco Elysium successors. There was a demo for this earlier this year. This is just fucking Disco Elysium with a weird Cold War spy.
I was about to say, this is that weird, this Cold War-y, like, weird fucking visual one.
Mm-hmm.
That would
it obviously has
some cool stuff in it.
The same art director as Disco Elysium, so it looks just like Disco Elysium.
This is the one that I remember as being like, this one looks phenomenal.
Yeah,
look wise.
And it's also got I think pretty much the exact same system of like the RPG system of like put points into various parts of your mind and then do checks to see if you can, if you've got enough courage to get through this thing. Except it's not called courage; it's called something weird. But this one is also the one that's being made by ZAUM. Depending on how you feel about them, there's been some controversy. And again, I played the demo. It seems like if you like Disco Elysium and you want to play a spy version of that, this game is for you. So.
I want them all to be good. I want it to be like the way Flapjack was. For a lot of people who don't know this, the Misadventures of Flapjack was a cartoon where everyone who worked on it split off and made some of the best other cartoons, like Regular Show, Adventure Time, Gravity Falls, all those things. Every single one of those people came out of that show. Yeah, I want something similar like that. I want just pure gold from every fucking split.
May 21st, full on out. Like, they've apparently been working on this since Disco Elysium wrapped. So
that makes sense. This was a while back.
Yeah. So check it out. We also got a trailer. Frostpunk 2 is getting a DLC called Breach of Trust.
Oh.
And apparently they show there's a lot of kind of like dramatic talking in a forum type of thing, and then they show the outside with the little world of Frostpunk with all that stuff, and then towards the end they show that the giant mountain in the background is a fucking volcano and it is erupting.
Oh Jesus.
And it's like, it's too cold, it's too hot. Like
that's overkill at that point.
Yeah. I'm probably going to skip this because Frostpunk is not my kind of misery. I don't need that in my life. I've got enough misery.
I found out it's my boss's type of misery.
Yeah.
Because I was talking to him about it, and he's just like, oh my God, I love Frostpunk. And then I told him that we had played Frostpunk 2 at the time.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's out? And then he just wouldn't stop talking about it.
Yeah. And he disappeared. I didn't talk to him for 2 weeks straight.
He didn't work at all. No, yeah. So. He was very excited, and he was very happy with it, so...
Let's see. This was I put this one on the list, Michael, because there was an article that had the title on PC Gamer. If you're sick of waiting for Ubisoft to make a new Splinter Cell, this newly announced indie stealth game might fit the Sam Fisher hole in your life.
Ooh.
It's called Lizard State.
I can definitely see why they think that right away.
It is just like, okay, well then fuck you guys. If you won't make a new Splinter Cell, I'll make a new Splinter Cell.
But like a legit Splinter Cell one. Like, because the thing about Splinter Cell is it became so action-oriented towards the end of it. It wasn't as stealth-focused.
Yep.
Because this is one of the reasons I didn't like Splinter Cell when I was younger, because I didn't have the patience for it.
Yep.
But as I got older, I appreciated original Splinter Cell more and more. And that's the type of game I'm like, you know what? They should make more of that version of the game.
And goddamn, does this look like fucking Splinter Cell?
Yeah. It looks like all the fun stuff from the original Splinter Cell.
Except
with
there's
some weird shit in it, too.
Yeah, there's a weird thing where the guy shoots a camera and then the camera sprouts legs and comes and finds him. So
yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot going on in here, and it's kind of, it's not quite as realistic as Splinter Cell. It's a little bit flatter. But God, like in the beginning, I was just, it's been so long since I've seen this. There's a part at the beginning where you're seeing them walk in the crouch. Especially there's a part in the beginning where they're in this bathroom and they turn the light off, and just the way that the character walks away and then turns around, it's just like, this is so Splinter Cell.
Yeah,
like
it's making me nostalgic for it.
Yeah.
It's the kind of thing that makes me kind of want to play those original Splinter Cells and see if I'm actually like good at it now.
Absolutely.
Because I was terrible at it when they first came out.
I played all of them, and they were all pretty good. It Has My Face got a 1.0 trailer. This is a weird game that I've had my eye on for a little while. That was part of one of the Steam Fests that was interesting, where it's this very basic game where you play as these real basic pixel characters, and you have to find the thing that has your face. So you look at your face, and then you're looking for the thing that has your face, and you're supposed to kill it. But the thing is that, like, you can't kill it in a crowd, or else you'll be accused of murder.
Yeah.
But then if you let it find you when you're alone, it'll turn into a fucking monster and eat you. And so it's a very tense kind of back and forth. I love the idea. I goddamn hate the presentation with the Passion of a Thousand Suns.
No,
like,
that is the problem is the way they're doing it doesn't work the way I was hoping it would.
Yeah.
But I get why, because there's only it's difficult to make somebody look exactly the same each time, but the problem is, because of the presentation and the pixeling, it's going to be harder to tell the difference on some of them.
Yes.
So it's going to actually be harder than it could have been.
Yep. We got a trailer for a game called Twirl, T.W.I.R.L. I don't know what that stands for. This is a horror game.
It stands for twerking. Sorry, that's all I got.
It's very much a game about a little kid, and they're kind of in a house, and there's the thing that says "Don't look in the mirror." There's this kind of weird black and white monster version of a character that seems like it's following the character around. It's just a lot of strange iconography. This is the kind of shit that puts a thing on my radar.
Yeah.
You get a low poly PSX with a lot of film grain on it, and I'm like, yeah, man, all right, sign me up.
That stuff works great for horror for some reason.
Yeah. And it seems pretty cool.
David Lynch Game Jam.
Game Jam.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
See, I don't know what the monster in here is, but I like the way that it looks. This is kind of looks like if Slay the Princess or whatever kind of came out of the
I can see that.
out of the screen and started attacking you. So,
what an interesting one.
Yeah. Summer of this year coming out. We also got the Hambagu Shop. The Hambagu Shop. This is the latest game from the person that made the Boba Tea Shop.
Oh, yeah.
That it took Amanda and I an hour to beat, and we had a good time with it. And this one is kind of the same thing, except you're running like the Hambagu fucking shop. You're putting the hamburger patties on rice with an egg and serving it to people, but there's also weird fucking ghosts and craziness going on. So people have been memeing on this, and you'll see why in a minute. They show the character making rice, putting rice in a rice cooker, and then they show them making meat, and they put the entire package of meat with the plastic and everything into the meat grinder, and a fucking patty comes out.
Jesus. This is a store run by the people from What We Do in the Shadows.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Real human food. But
from Arizona.
I'll play this. I mean, I don't know. It's fine.
I'm a big fan of this weird genre of just like, again, taking something that would normally be something that's kind of a cozy-ish type thing, and just making weird horror shit about it.
Make it fucking weird.
Yeah.
We also got the launch trailer for Kulo Nico Bowl Up, which is getting very good reviews.
Okay.
Which appears to just be like a kind of a cute anime styled cooking mini game thing where you're making different dishes, and it looks like one of those things where there's multiple little steps for everything. You gotta chop, you gotta boil, you gotta do a thing, but it also seems like it has a little kind of anime story beat to it as well.
And I love the art style on it.
Yeah, it's very, very, very charming. It's incredibly charming, and it's got, like I said, pretty good. Pretty decent reviews out there.
But will people orgasm from your food? That's the one I need to know.
I don't know. I hope so.
It's one of those types.
Let's see. We also got an announcement for a game called Barely Breathing. This is I Am Fish, except instead of rolling your fishbowl places, you are just a goldfish that is trying to escape by jumping to various things of water, and also blapping around like on dry land, like a fish out of water. and also knocking over water and then using it to not die.
Oh, okay.
So it looks like a cute little kind of escape platformer that looks a little bit easier than I Am Fish, because that was a hard ass game.
Yeah. It's a fun, like, it's the fun little Finding Nemo, like, I want to go to the ocean thing, but with that goldfish and that, like you said, the I Am Fish thing, and even the there's another game that was kind of like this, but I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. But this looks fantastic.
Yep, looks great. Let's see, Pratfall is another friend slot game with Muppety looking characters.
Oh, good.
This one is about digging down.
Oh.
About digging a mine. I don't know if it's collecting stuff and then bringing it back, but it looks very Peak, very friend slop, very collection. Peak plus a game about digging a hole.
Well, that one miner game or whatever, the Deep
Rock Galactic.
Rock, except without all the insanity.
Yeah.
Well, there's insanity, but different insanity.
Yes. It also appears to be so Peak. So instead of holding out your hand to grab somebody's hand and pull them up, you hold out your hand to catch somebody as they're falling down in this game.
This game's going to be fucking wild.
Yep. April 20th, coming out. Speaking of Peak got a new update.
Oh, nice.
I don't know if you saw this.
I did not.
There's a little patch note video where there's a person that's just complaining about all the things that they want in the game, and they're like, I don't want the tornadoes. Like, I'm tired of my friends taking all things, and like, I want all this stuff. And it's a person kind of just complaining.
Yeah.
And then at the end, the main character, the page character, is like,
where's Bing Bong's wife?
okay. And so there's now a mode where you can turn on or off like all the shit.
That's fun.
In Peak. Basically, you can have like unlimited grappling hook, no hunger, invincibility. Also, it appears that if you hit a campfire, you can continue your run from that campfire even if you die.
Oh.
As long as it doesn't cut to the next day's map. So as long as it's the same map, you can go back to the same campfire over and over again. So
fun. I like grapple mode stupid is the name of the grapple mode.
Yep. But yeah, that's out right now. Peak is just the fucking gift that keeps on giving.
Chris has not stopped talking about Peak, by the way. I was at the gathering and he just went, this game that I played, I loved, and he just started talking about Peak. I'm like, you talking about Peak again? He's like, yeah, you know about it? I'm like, yeah, of course I know about Peak.
Yeah.
He will not stop talking about it. He wants to play it so bad with other people.
I think there was a scare when we recorded that I didn't get the audio.
Oh, okay.
And I think he was excited because he was like, well, we could just play more Peak. And I was like, no, I need it. I finally got the audio and it was fine. But like,
that man really liked that game. He will not stop talking about it.
You remember that game Humanity?
Yeah.
It's coming out on other consoles and the PC as opposed to just being a PS5 game.
Oh, that's fun.
So
now you too can be a shiny dog. That's hard to look at.
It's a weird fucking game. Like it's kind of like Lemmings, but it's like a puzzle game. It's like Lemmings meets Intelligent Cube meets weirdness.
I really don't know. The Citizens of Earth, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. You're trying to like guide the Earth people to the afterlife or something. You're a shining Sheena Ibu.
Yeah.
But then there's also like the others, and you'll fight them and avoid them, and they'll convert your people. It's very weird.
It's very weird.
It's a good game. It's just real strange. Go watch a trailer. And if it seems at all interesting, it's a very good version of that. It's just I didn't want to do the puzzle thing.
No, it was good. So. That's too much.
Yep. And that's out right now. And then last but not least, we got a release date for Call of the Elder Gods.
Oh.
The Cthulhu game from the people that made Call of the Sea, which wasn't in and of itself, I believe, slightly eldritch.
Well, we never found where it would end up finding that sort of thing because we played it and we had a really good time with it.
So it's like a puzzle game, kind of a first-person puzzle game where you're going through a bunch of different types of puzzles. It's kind of set in a weird world. There's like, kind of smoke and tentacles and stuff following you around.
Is that Andrew Ryan?
Is it Andrew Ryan? There's one point in the trailer where the main character, like, I'm trying not to spoil it before it happens because it kind of caught me off guard, where where the main character is just like comes to and has lobster hands.
He's going to get the claws.
Get the clamps.
Get the clamps.
So,
I remember Call of the Sea. We really liked a lot, and I ended up looking up more about it, and then it got apparently as it goes on, it gets real weird. So
May 12th is when that's coming out. So. And then, let's wrap it up with a few quick things. We got about 5 minutes. We got a list of the stuff coming to Game Pass in April. Some of this is meh, but the big one is probably Hades 2 is April 14th. Replaced, which is that we're actually going to play that next week.
We definitely want to play that. We've been waiting forever for that fucking thing.
April 14th. The Thaumaturge on April 14th, which was a very strange game that I played a while back. And then Vampire Crawlers on the 21st and Kiln on the 23rd.
I said Final Fantasy IV was on there too?
That already came out.
Which I love Final Fantasy IV.
That's just the Pixel Remastered collection.
If you guys want, I would definitely recommend Final Fantasy IV. It's my favorite.
I'm waiting for 6, but I don't think that's in that listing. So
it's not. You can still buy those, but I have almost bought those a bunch of times because they're on sale on PlayStation a lot. But they're still very expensive to buy all at once. Mm-hmm. So, but one of these days I might do it.
Yep. Let's see. Cyberpunk 2077 got a big update for PS5 Pro.
Oh.
With the new they talked about this with the pisser.
Oh, okay. The new pisser support.
Yep. So there's now basically like a super ray trace mode that runs at 30 frames per second, a good ray trace mode that runs at 60 frames per second, and then like a performance mode that has minimal ray tracing. But there's now basically no version that doesn't have some kind of ray tracing.
That's pretty cool, actually.
So, yep.
One of these days I'll end up just finally buying it on PS5 so I could use that
stuff. It's the PS Plus game this month.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm. You have to buy the DLC, but the main game is not the Plus Extra, but just like the 3 free games main game.
Wait, when is that happening?
April.
Okay, I have to look at. Well, that's the thing is like because they were on sale recently.
Yeah.
So I was trying to figure that out. If that's the case, I might just be able to. If they're still on sale,
I believe
the DLC, I'll just buy the DLCs on sale.
Yep.
If that's the case.
Because
I might just do that. That's pretty cool.
I saw this last week. This is an interesting one. There's a game that's got a demo right now called Box Room. Box Room is a game where it is a room that you can put furniture in, and then you get a big box that has all of your Steam games in it.
Oh.
And so you can put your Steam games on the shelf. They all have, like, they're using the box art from
whatever the thing
Steam
is.
page, and you can, like, you can line them up like a book, or you can, like, turn them, you can put them on a table. They have little virtual, like, inserts that are the screenshots that you've taken. And so it's a little room that you could totally trick out. The only problem that I have with this, because I downloaded the demo, was that the box starts with the first Steam game you ever bought.
Oh.
And I was like, I am not going through my Steam library up to the modern. It was like Half-Life. And I was like, oh, okay, cool, a classic. And it was like Portal. And I was like, oh, shit. And it was like some really old game. And I was like, oh, fuck, okay.
Yep.
So, but it's an interesting idea. There's
it's a very fun idea. Yeah.
There's a demo out for it now, and it's a fun little idea where you get to make a little room and then put all your shit in it. So, speaking of fun games, TR49 is out now on the Switch.
Okay. That's that code breaking one?
Kind of a code breaker. It's an Inkle game, so it's very narrative focused. Very good. Amanda and I played it. We have a dojo for it. I don't want to say that much about it because to talk about it too much is to give away the thing that you will figure out in the course of playing the game.
Okay. You find out that you are Mr. Gay.
You are Mr. Gay. You got that really is on your mind, Michael.
Well, it's because I figured that would be a fun twist.
Yes. Yeah, it's basically like you've got this old kind of computer,
especially because it's the Switch edition,
microfiche kind of thing. You type in a code, and you can put in any code that you want, and you go to different things, and you're kind of constructing a storyline.
Oh, I see.
As time goes on,
that's pretty cool, actually.
The James Bond game, the First Light, has been delayed on the Switch 2.
Oh no! Whatever shall I do?
Switch 2, yeah.
Look, I have a Switch 2, but I was never going to get on the Switch 2.
May 27th, the Switch 2 is just at this point, quote, later this summer, unquote. I think Switch 2 is having some problems with some modern games. So.
And I expected that, to be honest, but that wasn't the reason I bought a Switch 2. So
yeah. Did you know this? Shinji Mikami, after he left Tango Gameworks, created a new studio called Unbound. That studio has been purchased by Shift Up, the Stellar Blade company.
I did not know that.
So basically, Shinji Mikami has now got a free check to cash in the Stellar Blade booby money to make a new game.
Yeah, because he had left Tango to make that studio, and nothing came out of it. I guess
then they dissolved Tango.
Yeah.
Because his whole thing at Tango was to train new people.
Yeah, he's like, I set up Tango. It's great. You guys made a fantastic game.
Yep.
I think you're in a great position for me to leave.
Yep.
Literally the second he left, they shut everything down.
And he's done that several times. Like when he was at Capcom, right?
Yeah.
That was his role, is he made RE4, and then he was like a mentor to the people that came after him. He's like the fucking best guy ever, man.
Yeah,
like,
he wants the gaming to continue on forever, basically. And he's like, I want to make sure there's enough good people that I can trust to make sure gaming keeps going.
Yep. So he makes these incubators where basically producers like people work under him as a lead, and then those people become the lead on the next game, and the people that work under them become the lead on the next game.
It's really cool, actually. That's why I've always appreciated that guy.
That's why it was such a nut kick when they shut down Tango for no good reason.
It was so stupid. And then they're like, we want more games like the game from the people we just shut down.
Worst fucking quote of all time.
So stupid.
All right, let's wrap up with a few quick fun things. One, Kerbal Space Program is at its highest player count in 10 years.
Oh. I assume that's because of the Artemis thing.
A little bit. Probably Artemis, probably also Hail Mary.
Oh, that's right. Project Hail Mary. Yeah.
Yep.
I heard good things about it. I haven't seen it yet.
I mean, I read the book. I know everything that happens. So,
okay.
But it's got like a 95 on Metacritic. So I wanted to see it. It's just, I don't want to go to a theater.
No, I get it. You're just going to, I get it. You will usually wait till things hit streaming anyways. I'm probably going to do that with Mario, to be honest, this time around.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've definitely not seen that in the theater. But, yep, this is the highest it's been since the 1.0 release. 1.0 release was higher, but it's like 20,000 or 11,000 like concurrent players right now on a single player game that's like fucking a decade old.
Yeah,
so
that's great numbers for that, especially because the second one is still in forever hiatus.
Also, I saw this video of the actual Artemis 2 trajectory, and I didn't realize they didn't go into orbit around the moon. They just do a flyby.
Okay.
They just do a gravity assist on the moon to then come back into the Earth's sphere of
Fascinating.
gravity. So, which is an interesting way to do it. I'm like, man, just bring a little bit more Delta V, motherfuckers. But then, like, you don't have to do anything. Like with this kind of like they're literally using the Earth as a slingshot.
Yeah.
And then they're using the moon as a gravity assist to yank back to go back. So if you do the math right, once you're up in space, you're done. Like, because then when you come
really
back,
cool.
you'll catch the atmosphere, and then it'll aero brake you, and then you'll come down. Everybody should play Kerbal Space Program. God damn it!
God, you were obsessed with that.
You know that thing where they've been putting games on, they've been decompiling games to be run natively on the PC?
Yeah.
There's a team that's doing that with the Twilight Princess.
That's great.
Getting really close to being done. They've got this video that they came out where it's running at 60 frames per second, but I don't think they've got the speed thing down yet, so everything is running in fast forward.
Yeah.
But it's also running natively, so it's running in a native widescreen. It's also like up-resed to 4K and stuff like that.
It looks great. Twilight Princess is one of those ones that is both like underappreciated, but like appreciated in a very good way.
Yeah.
It's just that, like, for some reason, Wind Waker really stole its thunder.
Yep.
And then after Twilight Princess came out, they made,
Skyward Sword,
and everybody hated it so much that they somehow forgot Twilight Princess existed.
It was a fantastic game.
I think it's one of my favorite modern. I think it is my favorite modern Zelda game.
If you ever get a chance, I would recommend trying out the Skyward Sword remake on the Switch, because once you can do all of the combat with the right stick instead of waving your arms in the air, that game actually kind of rules. Like,
yeah, I have. It's funny because I've owned it since that came out, and I still have never done it. And my friend was one of the few people I knew who owned the GameCube version of this game, so he didn't have to deal with the swinging your arms thing. Yep. And he had a great fucking time with it.
Oh no, I was talking about Skyward Sword, but
I know, but I was talking about this game specifically because there are people who do not know this game has a GameCube edition.
I would just want them just shrink that fucking map, man. Get that map smaller.
Also, fun fact, because of it, everything's mirrored in the Wii version from the GameCube one, since Link has always been left-handed.
Yep.
But you have to be right-handed for the game.
Yep.
To work for the Switch, or for the Wii.
Very true. We also got a absolutely crazy person So, by the way, that project isn't totally done, but it's in its final final goes. An absolute mad lad that is putting a shitload of time into basically doing a homebrew remaster of Batman Arkham Origins.
Oh, okay.
Like using character models, like they were like, oh, it turns out that the character model of Batman from the forced multiplayer mode is actually higher resolution, so we patched that into the game, and like there's all these problems with like the shadows and the reflections where they're tightening them up. They used they found a higher resolution version of like the city in the background because it was real low poly. They fixed some of the shadows and lighting and stuff like that. And so the only thing that they can't fix is that all of the cutscenes are at 720p.
Yeah,
because you can't baked in, so
you can't up-res something that's baked in that way.
They also changed like just the amount of snow in the world so that it comes off as a harsher winter to explain why there aren't people outside.
Yeah.
So
because I really liked. Here's the thing: I still really like Arkham Origins.
Yeah,
it has the best boss battles of any of the Arkham games. Period, and it has a really good story.
Yep.
The problem is the game just feels weird because it's not made by Rocksteady.
Yep.
So it's not as tight because of it, and so that's really it's really its biggest downfall from it.
Yep.
But other than that, I think it's a great game.
So, yep, you can go watch this. Let's find out what this channel is. GP Unity. GP Unity.
That's very exciting. I'm happy that's a thing that you can do.
Yeah. It's a Nexus mod. Speaking of mods, okay, we gotta do these real quick. Did you see this? This was like somebody expanded this into a mod where, you know how in some Half-Life games you can like hit the use button on somebody and they'll follow you?
Yeah.
So somebody made this version of Half-Life where you could do that with every single security guard and scientist, and then there's a little bit of like a management system to lemmings them through the entire Black Mesa.
Oh.
And they'll fight and they'll climb and they'll jump and they'll do stuff, and at the end the game basically grades you on how many scientists you manage to get.
So you can actually save them all instead of
just watching them all fucking die.
Yeah. That was the thing about Half-Life 1. You're just watching people die over and over again. You're like, this is fucking brutal.
It also looks like they added in some weapons that the Barneys can pick up and some puzzles and things that you can use. So what a weird fucking thing.
Yeah. That's pretty fun.
And then last but not least, Michael, I thought you would appreciate this. This person in Pocopia, I love watching the incredibly crazy shit that people do in Pocopia. This person created an elevator that literally goes underground in Pocopia, where they have created a neon-soaked cyberpunk city for Pokemon to live in.
Oh my goodness.
And it's pretty cool looking. Like they use the TVs to make like the signs on the sides and stuff. And
holy shit.
Some of the tech building stuff from later in the game.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That is fucking massive.
Apparently it took them like 260 hours or something.
I'm not surprised by that at all. This is a full city.
Yep.
What the fuck?
It's all underground. There's also another one that was kind of fun in that same article that was somebody that made the police station for Resident Evil 2.
Oh god.
And they're using a lot of like the trash and stuff on the ground, and then when they go in, it's funny because there's a Machamp that's just laying on the ground, kind of like where the guy is.
Oh, where the guy is normally.
So
yeah, I thought the Ghostbusters Firehouse one that I saw was impressive. These are 1,000 times more impressive.
People have gone fucking nuts with the Pocopia, so I had to stop myself from going nuts and going, I'm just going to finish this game and I'm going to give it back and I'm going to take my life back.
My girlfriend, I don't think she slept since I've bought it.
Man, I didn't sleep for like 4 days after I got it, and I'm used to resisting the call. But
I borrowed Mario Kart from you specifically to see if I can stop it for a little bit.
And that's the show. Michael, where can people find you? We're not over here going through all these trailers with me.
You can find me on One We do a lot of movie and television reviews. You can actually find, I did The Gathering recently. I think my segment is the free segment. And then you can also find me on YouTube under Super Maniacs. It's a Superman podcast I do.
Yep.
Every Monday is when we usually do it. But whenever we're like in hiatus, we usually mention it as well.
Okay. Patreon.com/RageSelect. It's where you go if you want to help us out. The Patreon's been a little bit down recently, so if you've got a few extra bucks, boy, I'd appreciate it. $5 a month is all it takes to help keep RageSelect's wheels from flying off of this car. That was a tortured metaphor. But it also gets you access to the Discord server and a whole shitload of bonus videos. So if you like RageSelect and you'd like it to keep being a thing, I mean, statistically speaking, you probably are already a patron. But if you're not, maybe consider it. It's a good thing to do. Also, if you got all the way to the end here, I played all the way through that Darwin's Paradox game, and it was delightful. I recommend it to everybody. It was only like $25. It was only about 5-6 hours long. It was like Inside, where it was a big platforming challenge, and it was a wonderful delight from beginning to end. They change mechanics every 30 minutes, and it's super fun. So there you go. That's your reward for getting all the way to the end, is the smallest game review ever. And that's it. We'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.